Caleb.
That's definitely on video.
Is it skipping around?
Nope.
The video?
I thought the video might have a little bit.
Doesn't look like it.
Tis not.
Gold die, dude.
Yeah, I don't know. At any rate,
Hopefully you get down.
this is the kind of entertainment people.
This is what they pay for.
Yep.
Is
So,
anybody a dwarf?
hold on, I do want to do something.
Is anybody a dwarf?
Yeah.
Not mine.
There's a nice item for doors.
Oh, what you do?
Does it fit gnomes?
Boost your constitution.
Be dwarfing.
There's a belt of dwarven.
Okay.
It boosts your constitution by 2.
Do you have to be a dwarf?
No, you can wear it. It's just if you're a dwarf, you get additional bonuses.
Doesn't matter to move back.
Yeah.
That's
I don't know if
Does it-
that's
does
any
it go
better or
over?
not. Hopefully it's not Skippy. Hey, JR, I
Does it go
saw you
over?
chime in.
No,
Welcome. I mean, we're off to a good start. 3-4 months off, whatever it's been.
That was only 3 or 4 days. Yeah, it's been a really short amount of time.
Yeah, I mean, yes, we just played like a couple of days
We're all
ago.
level 10.
What are these again?
The magic of online forever preservation of videos and whatnot. So at any rate, hello everyone, or no one at all.
Definitely not.
Welcome to Minor Illusion and our 5th edition D&D campaign in the magical and dangerous world of Eretz Nikesh. Somehow I managed to remember that. We are set to play session, anybody know?
Oh, 50.
50.
Session 50. Somehow that seems important. I don't think it probably is, but somehow it seems important. So at any rate, after a bit of a hiatus, we're back to play session 50. Real quick, we have no sponsors, but quick shout out to Critical Role because they make the music from their game accessible to folks like us. So, music during the intro, music during the game, all Critical Role, either a welcome to Tal'Dorei or welcome to Wildmount, and so hats off to them for making that available. Besides that, I think I can dispense with all the other pleasantries, other than to say, don't forget to like and subscribe.
That's right. That's
Don't
right.
forget all of the stuff, ringing the bells and liking and subscribing and telling your friends and sending out snail mail to everybody to tell them about it.
I prefer pigeon mail, personally. But
Yes,
That
there
works.
are loads of commands that you can use in-game, and there's a list of those on our Twitch, let's see, the homepage or whatever it's called of the Twitch channel. They're all listed there. There's a billion of them. So at any rate, have fun with that. We have a lot of catch-up to do tonight, and almost nobody can remember what the heck we were doing last time. So part of tonight is going to be doing that, catching up, and that'll just be part of the game at the beginning. But let me start off with a recap, which will start to get us oriented to just where in the heck we were when we last played in session 49. So, recap music. Oh, we got to connect over here.
It's
Oh
on
my
the speaker.
goodness. We'll get there.
Amateur
Well, see you guys
productions.
next year.
I turned it off so that it wouldn't run down the battery because I had it set up like an hour or two ago. There we go.
There it is.
All right. Okay. Previously in Eretz Nikesh, you finished off the last creatures of the 6th time tomb, if you remember. And this was the kind of the elemental based.
That's right, yes.
So we're gonna finish this at 100 then, pretty much.
I don't know what that means.
Well, like we're on the 6th. We paid 6 or 12, right?
Oh, 100?
Yeah.
That's bold.
Halfway there.
That's bold.
Down, sure. I'm just turning it on here. Okay. At any rate, I've made it one line through our recap.
Yeah, that checks out.
You made your way through the quadruple locked door, found the elf lord in the large chamber beyond, and you released him. You stepped on the teleportation glyph, which took you back to the bottom of the well. A little cramped, and you made your way out of the forest. There, however, you did plant another bean,
Oh, did we?
The
Result-
frog.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
resulting in 9
That's
pink
right.
toads.
Ah, yes. Free experience.
Yep, 9 pink toads crawling out of the ground and turning into a variety of creatures whenever they were picked up. After dispatching each of these, you made camp And Zeldreth received a boon from the glowing box.
I
and
did?
You did. I have it written down somewhere. I can remind you what it was. I think it might have been a potion, but I'll look it up.
No, that sounds right. I think it was a potion.
That sounds like me.
It was probably the potion of less knowledge, because I would check out.
That's right. Yeah. And Valia leveled up.
I did?
Yep.
Yep, 6. And the rest of us.
And I don't think I got the tile changed to reflect
Oh
that,
my
but
God.
What level is she?
17.
6.
Oh wow.
We didn't
I don't remember
all
what
that.
happens for you.
Wasn't I supposed to pick like a feat or something like that?
Not at level 6. No.
No, she does.
Oh no,
It's
what
really
you got?
fighter.
What you got
That's right.
was
It's either a feat or ability score.
That's right.
Oops.
you got an automatic
Figure that out.
bonus on your next attack and damage. On your next one, whatever it is, an automatic bonus on it. And I've got 2 different things written down here, so I'm just going to say it's a bonus D4. Did I give you a D4 at all?
It's not up
No.
here, so.
Okay, well, remind me.
I assume. Yeah.
Okay, back to the recap.
Yeah.
If I can find my place.
Mm-hmm.
Okay,
So we're going to that?
the next morning, before setting out for Elestria, you cooked up one of your magic eggs. Decided
Oh,
by lot
yeah.
that Nyx should be the
Yeah.
one to eat it,
Next one down.
and her insides exploded.
Oh, I remember that.
I don't remember the damage, but it was more than she had. And down she went. Morzza quickly brought her back to consciousness, and now you have 5 eggs.
Didn't we establish, though, that there's like, it could be really, really good, too?
Yes.
Yeah.
You identified and you found out that it could be really good or it could be really bad.
So we gotta try again.
There is the potential for good. Okay, you made your way to...
It's just a tall bird egg.
You made your way, kind of. It looks like that. You made your way west to the Worm River. You were kind of in search of any evidence of the next tomb. But you didn't find anything, and you ended up following the river back to Elestria. Your first stop was the Traveler's Way, where you were warmly greeted and welcomed back from the road, and where you also promised another show the following night, which happens to be this night.
Oh, no.
That we're in right now.
You
Yep.
guys were going to be doing that.
Yes. So, but this morning, so the morning after you arrived there, which is where we are now, you picked up your completed necrotic arrow at the Magic Touch, told Edrazel about your latest adventure,
We did.
and left a bean for him to study.
He better not. I swear, if he touches that bean, there's gonna be some major problems.
Mm-hmm.
You also learned that most of his inventory had been, quote unquote,
Right.
borrowed
Yeah.
by the military for an excursion to the north, seemingly in the wake of your recent exploits, though you lack details on that. And that's where we left you last time, at the magic shop at roughly 10 in the morning. So that's where we are now. So, as promised, I have an updated list of what's currently at the shop, and as I mentioned before, as soon as you walked in there, you could see that shelves were empty and all that. So here is the, wait a minute, is this, yeah, here you go.
All right. So there's not a lot here.
That's the current
There's
list.
another removable rod.
Yeah, we need a third one.
We gotta collect them all.
Is that? Because we bought the second. We bought the one from him. We found one.
Wait, there's a Ring of Spell Storing? Didn't we purchase that? Or is that a new one? Josh has a Ring of Spell Storing.
Maybe I needed to remove that one.
So I know we bought the
Did the original list show 2 of those or just
Just
one?
one.
Just
Okay,
one.
then that's it. Then that's not on there.
Okay.
Sorry.
Ring of Spell Storing. Where's that?
I wanted that one.
Lily
Okay.
should roll
Yeah.
for hit points too, right?
Yep. So that one's not
Did
there.
she last time?
Did you?
The immovable rod. That one.
Oh no, because right at the end, she leveled up.
The immovable
So-
rod. That was the one. He only had one in the store, right? He doesn't have another one.
Yeah.
There were 2 to begin with.
We have
It should say your hit
Oh, there were
dice.
two?
D10.
I think weren't there 2 on
We
the
have
original?
two. No.
There was only one.
We found one and we bought one.
We found one and we bought one. I didn't think there was 2. It's fine if there is, but
Well, no, I may not have properly updated the inventory after the last. I may have just been
Oh,
looking
Ooh!
from the master.
Plus the Constitution, right?
Yes.
Constitution.
So
That one.
16.
Okay, take that one off then.
okay.
13.
And also the rope of. So we bought the rope of climbing and we bought the decanter of endless water as well. So I'm gonna remove those.
Goodness.
How much HP
That's
now?
good.
And change the top.
59.
Change the top to the max.
What?
59.
She rolled a 10
I'm
on her
getting
hit
close
points.
to passing.
Nice.
I got 63.
Oh,
So-
Wand of Secrets, we also bought that.
Yeah.
So that's
Oh
all.
my goodness.
We purchased most of his magic items that aren't
The base ones, yeah. We haven't obviously
super
bought
expensive.
the Staff of Fire or the Wand of the War Mage because those are expensive, I guess.
So what's left on there?
So we've got one dagger, one longbow,
Which are
the Ring
terrible.
of Psychic Resistance,
Yeah.
Potion of Climbing, Dagger of Venom, the Ring of Shooting Stars at 40,000,
Yeah, we're not
Staff of Fire at 25,000, and the Wand of the War Mage at 40,000, and then Sovereign Blue at 50,000.
So
nothing we can buy.
nothing
then.
we
We're
want.
not going to put the prices now.
So we should put in some orders here.
What does Sovereign Glue do?
Basically makes it so that stuff is forever stuck and you need like a wish spell to unstick it, essentially. Which is like the most powerful spell in the game.
So we get sprayed on the monster and they get stuck in place?
Something like that.
Oh, if I was invisible, I'd
Okay,
sneak
Connor,
on
if you
them.
want to hold that.
I think it's good though.
So we don't need to buy anything then.
Well, but we can put in some orders though. Not arrows, but no, we're not putting in an order. I'm afraid.
Oh
I'm
yeah.
sorry.
So the other thing that you wanted to know.
I think I asked for like armor prices and stuff.
Well, yeah,
right?
yeah. So,
I don't know how much it is.
so it would depend. I
Yeah.
got depends on what you're after, and I'm prepared for that question now.
So let's just say like +1.
+1.
Doesn't matter, and it matters what armor it is, right? Or does it?
Yeah, because plate is more expensive.
I'm assuming it matters what armor it is.
Or we just save up for the tavern.
Yeah, it depends on what armor it is.
So I'm wearing. I think I'm wearing plate.
Like if you lose
Sure, you're wearing plate.
Yeah, I'm wearing plate mail.
Plate mail.
you just do the math.
Okay, so it's for +1, that would be 5,000 gold.
This is totally different.
Okay.
Yeah, it gets exponentially more expensive as you go up +1s.
I don't even know why you
Let me see
need
the
any
player's
defense.
handbook
You already
real
have a ridiculous amount.
You do
I
have
was
quite the armor
just
class.
asking.
Do we
Yeah.
need, do we
Yeah,
need to make him
if I use
impossible to
speed
hit?
on him, he's just like, well, they better hope they roll a 20. Unless it's like a really strong creature, and then in those cases they can still aim, but...
Yeah. For the most part, no.
He's going for phenomenal cosmic power.
Yeah.
Well, I was just asking. I
That's fine.
increased my armor class. You
Hey,
know?
listen, I saw an opportunity to drop an Aladdin quote, so I did.
We were talking about Jafar earlier.
Nice.
Let's buy some armor for our dog.
The dog that we forget about half the time. I don't forget about him.
I was trying to figure out what
I
dog
do.
we were talking
His
about.
name is Larry.
It's Fluffy.
Oh.
Hmm.
I forgot.
Do you have a cloak, Tom?
I thought I did.
Give the ring.
I think you do.
No, there's nothing here that we want to
Or no,
purchase.
it's
So
No.
Oh yeah, so just a couple other things I'm reminded of when you open your notebook. You also procured the map last time for the city.
Oh yeah.
Remember that? And then there's kind of a key to it. So that was something that you got at the end last time. And obviously the map is nowhere near accurate. So.
Just like any other map. Okay.
Do you have a lot of stuff you
Do
want
we
to
know
break
much
down?
about what's going on up north or no?
You just got back.
Okay.
And
I might.
We need to go talk to
I might
you.
in the morning write a letter to is it Cavnor, and I would probably just ask him or inquire about what the happenings are going on in the north. If that's something we should be worried about, or if our primary focus should still be the time tombs.
Okay.
Because there's still some up north that we haven't got yet, so we could go up there anyway.
Well, I'll tell them that we're back in town. So like, we're back in town, heard about the goings on up north, and we're curious if our primary focus is still the time tombs or if we're needed elsewhere currently.
What if we skip to number
We could-
12?
We haven't gone up. Haven't
So-
done very many up north, so we could go up north.
We could head that way. Yeah.
Okay, so you're sending that after you leave here or from here because this is where you found out about that.
At the magic shop.
Yeah.
I'd probably write it pretty quick off the bat there. I mean, as soon as we know we're not really buying things, we probably would be. I mean, if there's some ordering that other people want to do, or like see if he can make something, that's fine. But I would probably write the letter.
I feel like we could get some more utility out of potions. We could like. Is anyone interested in doing potions?
Like having him make potions.
Well, there's a potion shop,
We could go
Yeah.
with the potion shop.
but I don't, if no
Some of
one
them are
wants to
kind
use
of
them,
expensive, but we can see.
No, I think it's not a bad idea to go. There might be a couple useful ones there.
because that potion of levitation or whatever like really helped.
So is it? We haven't done.
We did all
do
the
one.
We did 1 through 6.
There's one clear over down by the crags.
Yeah.
So what if we just skip to 12?
So we could go straight up to 12. Yeah.
Yeah, that's like, what if it's like the hardest one? We do the hardest one before we do the rest of them? And we get like a dragon there, and we die instantly. Of course, there's no dragons technically in this world.
That's exactly right.
Yeah.
Is anybody trying to order some magic items?
No.
I don't know.
No.
Magic's a crush.
What about the dog armor? Just request. Have him keep the dog and like mold the
what's that?
armor around it.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Yes, at a base level, yes.
Can you remind me too what that arrow of necrotic damage is? It 1d4 in addition, or is it? I know it was once a day, but I think the once a day was like 2d4 maybe is what you said. I know it was. I'm pretty sure it was d4.
I think it might be 2d6.
Yeah,
Let
that's
me
right.
look.
2d6.
Yeah, so it's the normal d8 of damage from the arrow
plus
plus
2d.
2d6 of whatever of the type.
Okay, got it. That'll be useful. Is there any inquiries about magic items? Or are we good?
I can't think of mine.
I think we're good.
Good.
Yeah. So.
Okay,
So we'll. Probably.
Vacating the shop, you're going to take a second to send off a...
I'm gonna write a letter. Yeah, take out more.
Okay. All right. And the when you leave, you notice this as you came. I don't think I mentioned it, but as you leave, you can tell that this area, this marketplace, which the shop is. Oh my goodness! What in the world?
What?
Sabotage.
Yeah.
It seems busier than normal,
Mm.
notably, and. Well, I'll just leave it at that. It seems busier than normal.
The shop, or you're saying
The
town?
marketplace,
Oh.
the open market area.
Can you remind me what were all the weapons? The magic was taken to do with what? Why they?
We don't know. That's why I wrote the letter.
Oh, okay.
I'm guessing for the dungeons, they're probably checking those out, right?
All you know is what he told you, and he said some excursion they're doing to the north, and I think if I remember right, he said, my assumption is it has something to do with your exploits. But he didn't know. It was basically conscripted.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which is why I wrote the letter to Cavnor, because he would know probably.
Well, what was the potion shop? Were we gonna check on that?
Did I? I
Only
don't
if
remember.
someone wants to. It's not like I really want to get any potions.
Well, maybe there's one that makes it so the gust of wind is actually useful.
I don't remember.
Did you ever think of that?
That'd be one heck of a potion.
I don't think I have the potion shop name written down.
But there was one. It was like an herbal shop that had a bunch of potions in it.
We have the whole thing
Yeah,
over here.
it's
Enchanted Elixirs of Elestria.
That's
Yeah.
correct.
Yeah.
That might be the one.
In Shadeborough.
What is that?
That's a place.
You can't read it. You're moving it too much. Can you stop moving?
Literally
Holy
sneak
cow.
up and then
So we head into the.
It's like trying to
Potion
get
shop?
people to see it, but at the same time, she's trying to block it.
if they're going to the potion shop, I'm going
Make
to
up
the
your mind.
temple.
Okay.
La Temple.
And
So-
then after I'm done the temple, I'm gonna go back to the inn and help my boy out, help him fix up the shop a little bit. Just kind of ask him about his life, kind of just get to know him a little better. And the inn owner.
Well, you wasted a good roll. That's gone.
13.
Yeah, you can roll under 10.
Well, that's a good roll for you.
Yeah, it's like a 20.
Yeah,
Okay, guys.
basically.
Okay, so you're going. Are you guys going to Enchanted Elixirs?
I'm gonna
Yeah,
go.
I'll go.
Yeah.
Just for the record. There you go. There's your reminder.
Was that the
I
wand?
do understand.
You've literally never used it. It's free damage, and you've
I
not even
have
used it
used
once.
it actually.
I think she used it once or
One
twice.
time, yeah. After I reminded her.
We're gonna need it at the
It's
shop.
a guaranteed hit. It does more damage
exactly
than
that.
We're robbing these points.
it does more damage than vicious.
So
Mouth.
you're going back to the Traveler's Way. You're saying.
After I'm gonna go to the temple, drop by, kind of
Also,
play a
since
little bit there.
since
and then go
we're
back to the inn.
on the way to the shop or this other shop, I kind of want to just look? I mean, you said there's a lot more people. Is it different people from like other areas? Is it people from this city? Or like, is there like some sort of conversation happening? Like, what are people talking about? That type of stuff. I'm curious why there's so many people.
Okay, there's more people, and you notice specifically that there seem to be more. So one big part of this is kind of an open air bazaar type of area, and there's more people setting up for that. And you know, looking around and seeing, you just not necessarily noticing per se what the different tents or booths or whatever are and how they're different. Just more of them is obvious, and hearing the chatter and all that, and you catch what you really kind of knew but haven't been thinking about because you've been on task, you know, down and back and down and back and dealing with what you're dealing with, and you realize the next seasonal celebration is approaching, which is the last one where you guys all started off was the spring celebration, which is also the new year. That was called Lùthlaèrin. This one is coming up, although at this point you're not even sure how far away it is, but it is coming up, obviously, with all this. It's called Lùthlaèrin, and it's the start of summer. It's the summer festival, not the spring festival.
Keep doing the Assassin's Creed listening, like walking in the circle.
So it dawns on you that a good 3 months or so you've been at this.
Yeah, right. It's been longer than that.
Yeah.
3 years, perhaps, but in game, 3 months.
Yeah,
or
I thought
so.
the time in game was supposed to be longer than the real life time.
Yeah, I don't know. It's not the way it works out.
Is there something special that's happening for this, or is it just the celebration time?
Well, it's the celebration throughout. I mean, most places that you're aware of at least have this celebration. You don't know.
I just want to throw out for the record that I did not celebrate the summer ever.
That's true. Yeah, you probably would have been aware of these just through your studies, you know, peripherally. But yeah, you would.
Celebrated the darkness.
That's right.
Every day.
That was Thorn.
You like Spider-Man 3.
Okay, we'll head to the potion shop.
Okay.
I'll keep checking my bag for Captain's response.
Just okay.
Doesn't it vibrate or something?
Yeah, it's like a cell phone.
Is that like an
It's
eye?
an eye.
Yeah.
Can you put that pouch on silent?
Okay. Well, okay. So most or all of you have been in here before. Is that right?
Everyone's
I
done
think
that.
we've all been.
Okay. Okay. So, noticing when you first walk in, what was true of the magic touch is
same
true
here.
of this.
Oh man,
The
they take-
shelves-
They borrow potions?
It's not that there aren't any, but you can tell that
Yeah.
this shop has
It's
been.
How do you borrow a potion, though?
Well,
the king goes, it's mine.
Yeah.
And they go, oh well. Alright.
it's part of living in a kingdom.
No, I'm saying like the items you can actually borrow. Those ones are like, oh, I'm borrowing it.
Well, I mean,
They're gone.
you can make them again. It's not like.
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
But the same. So the owner that I think all of you have encountered at least, you know, on occasion, Falvara, greets you as you come in, and I'm kind of tired of this music, so.
Yeah, throw on the fire temple music.
I thought I had. Oh, here we go. There we go.
Fire temple music.
This will be
from the
better.
gold cartridge
This will
is
be
different
better
from-
enchanted and elixirs music. She greets you, and well, recognizes you, and welcomes you in, and says, "How can I help you? The shelves are a bit depleted, as you can see."
Just here, look around.
What do you have in stock?
Yeah.
Yeah, give us the list.
Okay, so
Seems there's
one thing.
I'm assuming a lot of health potions are gone. My assumption.
That's exactly what I was going to say.
It's probably the specialty ones are still there because they're like. Who's
I
gonna need-
honestly don't have any health potions written down, so I don't know how many we have.
We have
Really?
infinite.
Yeah, we just have.
It wouldn't hurt to buy a couple if there are any left, but.
Basically, okay, so basically, let me say this first and then we can get into specifics. Potions that she had in stock that are buffs or boons for battle, that type of thing,
Yeah.
they're not here. They're not here at this point.
So she got wall
So-
full of spider climb.
I have 3 healing potions.
Here's what's present.
Were they all small?
Yep.
Same.
Good thing we have healed staff.
There's clairvoyance, gaseous form.
Do any of these? Do any of these?
There's
Was that your
Yeah.
nickname in
2
high school?
climbing.
Ha.
There are 2 flying.
Those could be useful.
Well, they're gonna be expensive
Those
though.
are useful.
Ridiculously expensive, I imagine.
There's 1 fire breath.
Ooh, combine that with the gust of wind. That's some power.
There you go.
Let's see. Nope. There's 1 of longevity.
Do we even
Potion
know what
of
any of these
longevity?
do?
You'd have to ask.
Potion of
Longevity?
longevity. What does that do? I don't even think I know what that does.
It's fine to look them up because all you would have to do is ask. And obviously, she's going to tell you what they are if they're for sale.
You can run really fast.
That would
The
actually does.
resistance potions are all gone. Okay, so the different damage type resistances. There are
Oh, it reduces your age. Your physical age is reduced by 1d6 plus 6 years to a minimum of 13.
Oh.
Each time you drink it, there's a 10% chance you instead age by 1d6 6 years. Yeah, who cares about that?
I care about that. I'm gonna live forever.
Limit.
That's crazy. Is it like a?
How much are the potions of flying?
Is it a permanent effect? Like you're just.
Yeah, Pierce.
What
I
happens
guess
if
1,500
you go back to
gold
0?
pieces.
30,000.
30,000.
Yeah, that checks out.
Yeah.
We won't be
Copper?
purchasing those.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, and then finishing the list, did I say the water breathing?
No.
No.
Yeah, there's no word. I have a
There's
spell.
3 of water breathing.
I have a ring.
You have a ring of free movement, don't you?
No, I do.
What the heck is that?
He has a ring of water.
Water.
Oh, does he?
Free action.
What's free movement do?
It just lets you move underwater.
Magic.
Oh.
There's also, she has a couple other things that are, they're kind of set apart. They still kind of look like potions. They're categorized a little differently the way they're displayed in the shop. These are, well, most or all, they're like oils, so they're topicals, not quaff, but apply. And so there is 1 oil of slipperiness. There's 2 oil of
Oh, that's OP.
etherealness. And then there's one labeled reverse petrification. And then also on the label basilisk oil. And then there's one that is remove curse. And these are all kind of the separate topicals.
What does the first one do?
The slipperiness,
Yep.
Doesn't
Make
make
people
sense,
slip and
yeah.
fall.
you'd have to.
It knocks them prone, probably.
I think it's in the player's handbook if you want to look it up. Otherwise,
I'm
I
looking
can
at it
point
right
out.
This
No.
looks like it's going to be very expensive.
Yeah, I'm not surprised. None of these are. We're about to be leaving here.
Yeah, maybe that's why we don't recommend.
These are ridiculously expensive.
Hold on.
30,000 for a
Not the
potion.
player's handbook. Duh.
Oil can cover me and a small creature. All equipment is wearing. Takes 10 minutes to apply. Affected creature gains the effect of free movement spell for 8 hours.
Okay, that's the slipperiness, right?
Touch a willing creature, so you're unaffected by difficult terrain, and spells and magic effects that can neither reduce your speed nor cause you to be paralyzed or restrained. So you're just unable to. You can also spend 5 feet of movement to automatically escape from non-magical restraints, such as manacles or a creature
That's
that
basically my
has it grappled.
free action.
Being underwater poses no penalties on your movement or attacks. So, what was the last one? There was etherealness and there was one other oil of something.
Yeah.
Basilisk.
It was petrification.
Yeah.
Reverse petrification.
Oh yeah, that's right. Well, that was pretty.
We already
obvious.
know what that does. Nah, not really interested in buying any of this stuff.
Yep. Deuces.
Head to the map shop.
Okay, so the oil of etherealness just gives you the effect of the etherealness spell.
Yes, I've
for-
seen it. 7
for one of
troubles. Yeah, which is going to be very expensive, and I'm not sure how useful. So
Yeah, I think we get out of here.
And then then the reverse petrification and reverse or remove, basically reverse petrification and remove curse.
yeah, we'll just tell her that unfortunately.
We don't have the funds for.
Unfortunately, we don't want it.
Okay.
I think we get out of town as fast as possible so we can actually.
Seems that all of the things we were
something.
looking for have been confiscated by.
What are your? So tell me, just go around the table. I don't care where. What is your passive perception?
You want mine? So I'm not with them.
Oh no,
14.
not yours.
14.
Passive perception.
Oh, we're going this way?
Whatever.
14.
Oh.
16.
14.
I guess.
17.
13.
How do you have a 14? I have a 14.
Okay, so
I just.
the two of you,
Different.
Yeah.
as you're looking around, you both kind of see. So there's kind of like the counter, where she is, and then behind her there's another counter against the wall. On that counter, you see a chunk of, like it's been cut out roughly, a chunk of very familiar black substance, stone,
Oh.
with several other little, like small beakers, and that like there's a little workstation there where, but you recognize the black stone.
Kill her.
Let's ask her about it.
Did you ask where she?
Yeah, where'd you get? Where?
What
Now?
you do?
What's that material?
Yeah,
I've never seen that before.
ask her what it is. It looks
Oh,
interesting.
it's nothing. Just
Inside check.
Just a little experiment I'm doing.
Inside check.
You know she's lying.
Roll it.
Yep, that checks out.
Why are we having him roll?
I'm helping.
No, I think inside is kind of anybody can do that.
But you guys know
Yeah.
she's lying.
Yeah.
Hey,
Yeah.
you're not there.
You might get more.
That's not what that's not
That's not
what
what
it's
inside
about.
is
It's,
for.
it's reading her though.
It's
So
trying to
not-
figure out what.
Can we all roll?
Let's just stick to the two that saw it and made the.
Well,
the
Because
ones
who says
inside
you're
it?
all right there talking at the same time, looking at
What-
the same
what
thing?
was, like-
Plus 4.
Yeah,
Get
get it.
it.
Wait, what was their perception?
Oh, it's even worse.
What was their passive perception?
10.
No insight.
I think this is the first time anybody's used an insight roll in this whole game.
Mhm.
50 sessions, and you finally did an
Well, you're
insight
not getting
roll.
another one till.
Hey Tom, what's your
level
passive perception?
17.
Oh wow, you guys really do have a high one. Me and Josh are only about 14.
I mean, obviously,
She's hiding something.
you know that, but it's not like you.
I'll ask her what kind of experiment she's doing.
It doesn't seem like it was like it phased her, like she's worried or anything like that. Just that she just didn't divulge anything. So.
She said she was doing the experiment. I'll ask her what. Obviously, they asked, so that brings her attention to it. So I'll ask what the experiment is. I'm just curious. Is
Just, she says, just trying some different liquids and ointments on different material and seeing how it reacts. That's all.
any interesting results that she's come up with so far?
No, nothing at all. Just a chunk of black rock is all.
We can ask her if there's anything we could help out with, and to help her with her studies a little bit. We can ask her that, if she needs any help, and if there's any ingredients or anything like that for us to get in our travels.
Well, there's always a need for ingredients, but for this, not necessarily. And you know, I mean, you stopped here ages ago. I know you don't remember that probably, but I think it was your session 0 you stopped here, if I remember right. And you know that she will purchase some things from adventures as part of how she keeps her stores, keeps in stock the ingredients she needs is by purchasing them from adventurers.
Mm-hmm.
Can I ask her who got this material for her?
She says, "Oh, I just came by it here or there. Don't even rightly remember."
I was gonna say, well, I know you didn't come by it here or there. That's not.
You're like, listen here.
Check your pouch again.
So I'll say, as the ranger of the group, I'll say I know that this isn't a normal material. I can see that. That's not something you see everywhere. I've traveled around. I know materials. This isn't something that's common. Where did you find it?
Well, it's maybe not common to you. It's not common to me either, but, you know, I have my work to do.
There's some magic users that can do anything here?
No.
Okay, also, just for character knowledge, yes, so you know what this is. You know that if she has it, that she's... Well, I guess you don't know for sure. But you're not reading anything...
Malicious.
Yeah, you're not picking up anything like that from her.
But she's
But
covering
she
up how she
obviously
got
doesn't
it.
want to talk about it.
I'm guessing they probably have raided
Well, if there's
some
nothing else I
dungeons.
can do for you today, I'll be back to my work. And she starts to pick the stuff up, and she picks it up, and she opens a door that goes, you know, this wall behind her. There's a door
Can
on
I
it,
see
kind of a
into
back
the
room.
room and see if there's any what's in the room behind her?
You can see it looks like a back room with some tables and stuff like
We
that.
give her an egg.
No.
No? Did you study it?
So she's just leaving the main room?
Yep.
We just swiped it.
We're out.
She, no. So she's not alone. There's someone else there that's behind the counter. She has two assistants that I think you've seen at different times. One of them is here right now.
I think that's just to say that these excursions up north is probably to go to some of these time tombs. Maybe they cleared the rest of them.
Huh.
No. They would die. They're weak.
Not Darren. They'll
See.
solo it.
I guess we'll be on our way.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay. You hear back. You do receive a note from Kavnor while you're there, and he says that he could meet with you about the middle of the afternoon. Say 3 or so.
Sounds like a plan.
No information though.
Nope.
We'll do it.
Well, we're gonna get
I wonder if
there.
they're hiring other people to do these things.
Better not be.
Yeah.
I'm about to fight all the other groups.
Maybe we become the villains and start killing them.
Well, you know what they say: you either die a hero or live long enough to see yourself become the villain. So.
They do say that.
It's been a long time.
Let's go to Kavnor.
I don't have anything else to do in the meantime. So yeah.
Okay, while that's going on, let's break away. And you went to the temple first.
Yep.
Okay.
I don't have anything
Anything in
important.
particular
Just
that you want to do there?
dropping by, praying, maybe talking to some of the people around,
Okay.
asking what's new with them, what's going on, and then head back to the inn.
Okay, the first person you encounter there is. I realize there's papers missing here. The first person you encounter there is the woman who's there, who's regularly the half-elf female with the silvery hair. Sural is her name, and you've seen her before. This is someone that has come up before. She's typically outside working the grounds when you see her, and that's where she is right now. So that's why she's the first one you see. So, and she recognizes you, and greets you. I mean, she doesn't really welcome you back because she doesn't know what you're up to, but she greets you, so she recognizes you. So.
I'll ask her anything new going around here.
Just the preparations for Lùthlaèrin. Everyone's excited, so we're getting everything ready to go. There will be many, many followers of Bahamut who flood into our city over the next week or two.
I'll ask her when it is.
Uh,
Because would I know that?
You know you know the date of it, but you may have lost track of what day it actually is, and so I think it's where in the world is my? There it is. It is. This is the. It's 8 days from now, from when you're there. So it's the 22nd today, and it's on the 1st, so maybe 9 days, depending on how you count. 30 days in a month, so on the 1st of the next month is when it is.
I'll ask if there's any anything I can help with their preparation.
Yeah, she says, well, certainly. There's always needs for cleaning and tidying up, whether inside or outside. I'm sure we could take any help you'd offer.
My guy's stupid. You think we're gonna be around in 8 days?
Yeah, I can help out.
You don't even know how to count to 8, so that'd be pretty hard.
Okay. Well, then if you want to help out right now. Is that what you're offering to do?
No,
Or
right now.
just at
I'll
some
tell her
point?
I might be back at some point to help out, but I'm gonna go in and do my daily prayers or whatever, and then
Okay.
might go back to the inn real quick.
Okay. You do see I'm trying to remember the name. There's 2 names I'm trying to come up with.
Gurn.
So the one with the consonants or the one with the consonants?
Oh, wait a minute. Actually, I think I do have what I need here. Let me come up with a name here. So remember the guy who died and then was brought back
Yeah.
after it's
Like Dabreth or something like that?
no, it wasn't him. Terzin is one of them. And then, but I can't remember if I think he's the one that suffered the effects of that. Here we go. Let me see real quick.
The guy that we found dead in the hallway?
Yeah, I think.
But didn't
or no,
this-
no, the one that
No, he got
that was there
touched.
with you
Yeah, he
when
got-
you were trying to get into that crypt,
Oh, that's
and
right.
he died right there on the spot. And I'm pretty sure that was Terzin, but let me double check.
Yeah, that sounds right.
Wow.
Terzin. I mean, obviously, you guys should remember that name.
Yeah.
Well, it's definitely one of the easier names to remember that you've created.
That's true.
It's only got 2 syllables.
No, I think that Tetragathramite was the...
Gesundheit.
That is the best.
At least you remember how to say it.
Yeah, that's something. Well, I don't see that, but I know how to find what I'm after.
Chinese.
What in the world?
2 shinies today. Got another one today.
I caught 2 really too.
I got the Lowland Sandshrew.
Got Chansey.
Oh, nice.
And now a nose pass.
Oh, no.
This doesn't sound like D&D.
No, it doesn't. Okay. Oh no, I'm wrong. Terzin is at the temple. It's somebody else who's at the palace then.
Did you check your stats on yours?
At any rate, you see Terzin.
You see a dead
I'll
man.
go over and ask him how he's doing.
Oh, here it is. Taèlios. Another T name. He was the one who went down.
Oh, he usually. Oh, so it's
No,
not
no,
this guy.
no. It is Terzin that you see. He is the head priest at the Platinum Palace, whatever it's called. Platinum
Lounge.
Sanctuary. Okay, sorry.
I'll go over and read him or whatever. Side.
Okay. He also welcomes you and remembers you because you accompanied Taèlios when he was brought there after he died. So he greets you warmly and asks how you've been.
Good. On the road a lot. Protecting everybody.
Saving the world.
Not a big
And
deal.
he offers you a blessing. Then when you say that, a blessing for your travels.
Say it, sure.
I mean, he gives it to you. I'm not going to say what it is.
So is it
Yeah.
+1 on everything?
Yes, just yeah.
It's a +3 to all
That's
stats.
+6 armor class.
Permanently.
I'll tell him I'll be all around helping a bit. I heard you guys could use some help, so.
Yeah, he says,
I
always
want to get
appreciated,
out of
glad
here.
to have the help, and good to see you again.
I'll say my goodbyes and head to the temple, or finish my prayers and go back to the inn.
I'll send a message to him that we're meeting Kavnor at noon.
3.
I thought it was 3.
Jeez.
He
I
reads
tell
it
him
off his
noon.
nose.
Yeah, you tell him noon. Yeah.
I tell him noon. Meet at the castle at noon.
That way he shows up on time.
So
Okay.
I'll do that. I'll go back to the inn, and I'm just gonna offer to help around since we're having like that concert tonight. I'll help prepare for it for the inn guy.
Okay.
And meanwhile, I'm gonna get to know them better. We never really talked too much. I'm gonna get to know the inn couple and then that one helper guy.
Okay.
Try and butter him up.
We're by the inn, so gotta get started.
Gotta get that discount.
Okay, you enter the. So by this time, you guys are probably, if you're going back to the Traveler's Way, you're probably headed back, but he's probably there
Sure.
before you. Just given where you had to go to the elixirs and where you had to go, you were kind of on your way there.
We probably
a
would
bit.
stop and pick up, make sure we're restocked for our next, just like rations.
Okay. Yeah, easy enough to do. So
Because
subtract,
theoretically we
subtract
might be leaving
6,000 gold.
very quickly. I'll just erase a few gold. What is it? It's like silver for rations.
Yeah, whatever it is, just it's a drop in the bucket.
I'll look it up.
For what you have. You walk in, and what do you got going there?
Hundo.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
What is it?
It's where the heck that thing? I'm not pronouncing that.
Toby tomorrow?
That's the one.
His name.
So you walk in. Obviously, it's early. It's not super busy, although it's getting about lunchtime. So it is. There are some people in there who have, whether staying or not, you don't know, but they're there to eat lunch. But still, not like it would be in the evening. And you see the owners, Abel and Ada, are their name. You do not see Frel at this point, but as you walk
He's
up,
fired.
but they're inside working the kitchen and the counter, and there's one other person there serving drinks.
I'll walk up to them and I'll be like, I just came in to see if you guys need anything can help with anything.
He says, help? We're here for you. We're here for you.
As it should be.
But if you want to help, what can you do?
I was like, I can
What
move
can't I
stuff.
do?
Yeah, I can move stuff. Very, very charismatic. I can serve some drinks.
If you'd like to serve drinks, feel free to help out.
Alright. I'll start serving drinks to people.
You should get tips too. So
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay.
We're trying to make little, like,
And
spending
I'll kind
cash.
of, I'll just talk to them, ask them like the customers, see, just kind of get information from the people.
Okay. They are, not all of them know kind of who you are and the group, but some of them do. Some of them do, and so they you make a lot of eye contact as people are watching you, and then kind of look away when you look over at them or something like that. So, but you've caught the interest of quite a few people there, just because they know they've seen you in context with this group and the performances and stuff like that. So you're a known entity here for some of the people there. And so when you go to a table where someone recognizes you, they're very excited and kind of stammer through their words but place their orders.
I'm
And-
picturing him as he's like going around. He's like, "I am the greatest paladin that you've probably ever seen."
I'm going to bring you the most beautiful drink.
You have never been served as good as this.
So.
Not only am I the greatest, I'm also the handsomest.
I'm curious, real quick. JR, if you're there, is our video kind of jumpy and laggy or something like that?
Well, what?
Oh,
How's this part of
I
the
just saw
story?
you
Yeah.
glitching in the Matrix.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you see that?
Yeah. I don't know what that is.
That's what I saw earlier when I didn't know.
yeah, probably just a connection. I don't know what you're speaking.
Well, it shouldn't be a connection. We have a great connection here.
I don't know. Yeah, it is apparently.
Great.
Is it? It's wired in.
How are we gonna get subscribers when it's doing that?
Yeah.
I just dropped off the Wi-Fi. I don't know if that'll affect it, but.
No, that shouldn't. It's not on. That's not connected to Wi-Fi. I've got that hardwired. So it shouldn't be the upload speed at all. That
Might be the
should be.
computer.
I'm wondering if it's. Why would that be? It's probably some setting I don't know anything about, but like
Yeah.
that's the same phone that I used to use.
Nothing's
but
changed. I doubt
don't-
it's the phone.
Okay.
We'll just all have to start.
Yeah, everybody, time your comments real quick for the glitches. Is it the video that's the problem and not the audio? Sorry, I'm just curious because
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to troubleshoot this afterwards. I can't do it now.
Well, looks like Session 50 is the last one.
Yeah, this is it. We're calling it quits after this one. It's time for the meteor.
The insurmountable problem.
Meteorite.
The
Just
technology.
continue on.
Yeah, I will. I just saw the glitch here when I looked at it, though, and it made me concerned because I've seen that happen with other people too, and I'm not quite sure how to fix it. So, at any rate, we'll get back to it. At any rate, anything else you want to do while you're serving? Frel comes in kind of the back way and comes out and sees you serving and says, "Hey, what are you doing?"
I say,
Your
I mean, not in an
On
unfriendly
your
kind of way. He's just surprised.
I say no job is too great for me. Too low for me.
I'm currently able to do every job that has ever
I was like,
existed.
I gotta get in here and help him out.
Well, that's mighty nice of you. Mighty nice of you. How have you been?
Pretty good, Frill. How you doing?
Good. Just cleaning up the place and fixing up the place. Just been out back picking some things up for the big celebration that's coming.
You look like you need muscle.
Well, sure, there's always things to move around out back. Cleaning up, tidying up.
I'll tell him I'll be out in a bit.
Well, all right. And he comes in and talks to Abel for a minute and then kind of status update, gives him a report, and then heads back out.
I'll keep serving until they kind of get caught up or whatever, and I'll kind of go out and help Frill.
Okay.
I
I'm extremely bored by this. Let's move on to something interesting.
I actually am too. Stop doing this. It's annoying.
You gotta do stuff. Part of the
You're wasting
part
our
of the
time.
game.
We're
Alright,
not
it's
doing
3 o'clock.
Huh? Yes, it's 3 o'clock. We're leaving without him. He's literally not going.
No, he's already there. It's noon.
There's some supplies he's been picking up. You can see he was painting out on the backside, and so he's got.
How long can I sit and watch
Ladders.
the paint dry?
And what
That's what I want to do
We
with
can
my character.
we can spend a couple hours
Yeah,
doing
let's
that.
do that.
Yep. And so there's supplies. There's some also crates and stuff he's been moving out back there. You also see that he has been setting up some makeshift tables out back as they expect.
Table?
Yes. Perhaps some overflow out there.
Fascinating.
Alright. I
Tavern?
tell them I'm not going. I got work to do here. Y'all can go talk to my boy without me.
Alright, well, we'll play Dungeons. You can keep playing your taverns and tables. We'll go play Dungeons and Dragons.
I'm gonna keep helping around, just help the rest of the day. So
Okay. All right. So you stay there, and you guys are just letting the clock tick to 3 o'clock.
Yep.
Okay.
I'm going to look to see if there's another paladin in the city that I...
Paladin for hire.
I second
I'm
that.
with you. I like the integration in the city, so I'm on your side here.
You're outnumbered.
they're giving us lodging. I need to help them out a little bit.
Okay,
We're paying them.
you make your way to the palace.
And now they're paying us.
I didn't do it for free though.
Passing by your favorite person's shop.
Yeah, we're all going to stare at him.
You don't see him, at least from on the outside.
Maybe he got pulled into the draft.
Well, he has a shop front. He's not always sitting outside or anything like that. Okay, so you make your way up there. In the usual spot, you find your buddy Kavnor waiting, smoking a pipe, blowing smoke rings that are
Smoke ships.
being dissipated a bit by the gentle breeze that's on the air today. And he welcomes you and says, "So tell me about your latest exploits."
Frankly, I don't really remember much of it. So.
We can tell them about the
Elemental and...
elemental dungeon, but
Have we just done one dungeon since
I just
last-
only did one. Yeah.
Was it one or was it
Oh.
two?
I don't remember.
I think it was
because
just
we
one.
keep going back.
Did we
to
do the
city.
tree one at the same time? The one
I
in the
think we
tree?
did a couple of them before.
Oh, we did one.
It was-
But
You would know. Did we do one or two dungeons
one.
before we went back?
Just one.
Okay, so we just did that one.
The elemental themed one.
Mm-hmm. And teleport
Tell
into
him
it,
about that.
teleport out of it.
Okay, so you give him the basic rundown. As usual, he's very interested in
Then the Fire Nation.
the story. We'll take as many details as you offer.
On to the question of the day, which is why we're meeting. We'd like to hear more about what's going on up north. We heard they're from the Drozzle and the Magic Touch.
Ah, yes. Yes, he was none too pleased with that. The king, with my counsel, has ordered soldiers north because it hasn't been forgotten that when this all started, you brought back evidence, in fact, parts of kobolds.
We did.
Which,
I forgot about that.
as you know, raises many questions about just what exactly is going on. Now, there's the question of the time tombs, as we're calling them, and we have those who have traveled there. In fact, some have returned. So there's the work there. But then there's also the question of where did these kobolds come from in the first place? And so Zeldreth has managed to track them north toward the mountains, though he stopped short of going that far north, returned, reported, and now soldiers have been sent out with him, leading the way to see if it can be ascertained where they're coming from, what exactly is going on, whether we should expect more of them.
I can't remember. Isn't Serpent Spine, isn't that where I was?
Yes.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
I guess I'll say, as mentioned in the letter, is there any need for our efforts to be up north, to be redirected up north, or should we continue with our hunt for the time tombs?
Well, I think you can stay on task. I'm sure Zeldreth and the soldiers have things well in hand. It really is mostly fact-finding. However, it could also be very dangerous, depending on what they find. Thus, the visit to Edrazel's place. And Falvara's, by the way, if you haven't been there.
Is that the place we went?
Yeah, that was
Yeah.
it.
That was the elixir?
Potion, yep.
I guess I would say, or I'd mention this at this point, we noticed that, what'd you say, El Bravo?
Falvara.
Falvara.
Actually, I bet they gave.
Well, I said we noticed that she has material from the time tombs that, so it seems that people have been distributing this material elsewhere. Is that from his doing?
Not mine, per se. But yes, Kraylin felt that this material, which he too was unfamiliar with, and I realize I need to
That was the
explain.
dwarf, wasn't it?
It was. Okay,
Yeah.
so yeah, it was the it was the dwarf.
You know what they say? Keep your friends closer, your enemies closer.
Your enemy?
I'm an elf, he's a dwarf.
Oh. Guess our rivalry then?
And dwarves would be the ones
Hey Mike,
that know about.
welcome in. We're having some glitchy video for some reason. Sorry about that, but good to see you. Yeah, he says, doing Kavnor's voice is
Yeah.
hard on my throat, but I like doing his voice. So. He says, Kraylin felt that this material could be worked, but it needs something in order to work it. Otherwise, it's not like he's a master stonesmith. But this doesn't lend itself to his skills without help. So Falvara is helping to determine, is there a way to make this material workable for someone like Kraylin? And it sounds as though there's promising news.
Get a quarterstaff made of that stuff.
What do they need to help work it? What material, out of curiosity?
Well, he got a clue from the fact that in one of the rooms that you encountered something particularly nasty, and the floor seemed partially dissolved.
Was it the gas, or like the gross dude?
Yeah.
Yeah.
The
was
gross
which one?
dude?
The dude that smelled awful.
Oh,
Well,
the mouthing?
that, I don't remember.
Wait,
Is it-
what one?
The gibbering mouth.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
Okay, I didn't remember if it smelled or not. But
Oh yeah, you
Were
said
those
it
the
smelled
ones that
terrible.
would like they had like a radius that they were like annoying in or something like that? Or
Like the noise, yeah, from their mouths.
oh yeah, like the slime things with a bunch of
yeah,
mouths on them?
so you noticed that there was parts of the floor where it had kind of been eaten away a little bit, but just changed by its presence there, like almost an acidic type of thing or whatever. But that is so.
When we drop the
Kavnor-
alien blood on it, it's perfectly workable.
So Kavnor tells you that Kraylin got the idea that maybe Falvara could figure out a way, because there wouldn't be
Right.
the creature was, you're not going to be able to salvage enough from that to do anything with, but perhaps Falvara, if they brought back some of that, or at least told her blah blah blah, that maybe she could come up with a way with her skills to make this substance workable to a stonesmith. And he also tells you that given the promising work that she has done, they've actually started excavating at 1, 2, and 3.
Can I ask then, what is the intention? Why do we need to work this?
Part of it is just the interest. Kraylin, you can understand, seeing a new material that he could possibly build with, or what have you. There's the interest. The other is just the peculiarity of this. It's unknown. None of us have ever encountered anything like this.
Insight check.
Whoa! Hold on!
Whoa.
Hold on!
That's not gonna do much.
13.
I'm helping.
13. So it seems, I guess in the back of my mind, I'm thinking this stuff is used to contain magic. What are they trying to do with it?
Yeah. Do you ask him that?
No, I was more just.
Why don't you just
See,
ask him?
Just ask him.
Yeah.
He's our friend.
Is he?
For now.
I mean, if he betrays us.
Because he said that they're excavating it. So this is like mass scale excavation at this point.
It could also be. I mean, isn't there blackstone under the palace?
I would assume.
Wasn't there? I don't remember. No, it wasn't. That room with the stuff with the ghost things wasn't blackstone at all.
Let me think here.
Or well, maybe it. Because wasn't
It could be, 'cause
door
the-
wasn't?
The,
No, I think
the
it
dudes
was.
couldn't get by. The ghosts wouldn't be able to get in.
Ghosts.
Yeah, the ghosts wouldn't be able to get in the place. So then they
Pretty sure
it
it
couldn't
was.
be.
It might have been. It's been so long ago. I
don't
forget.
remember
It
it.
might have been, but yeah. Okay, so it does seem likely that it was, but in a more natural state. But they didn't know about it. I mean, there's nothing that you saw.
Right,
that,
right, but I mean, like they know about it now though because we were there.
Yes, they know about it now. I'm actually torn on that because it was a dirt.
Oh, it was a dirt.
The wall the
The passage to it wasn't, but I thought maybe the main paper wasn't. I can't remember. It's been way too long now.
I don't think
You
it
can look
was.
back on
But
it.
yeah, I can look back at it.
Because I thought it
don't
was
think
like that. Because it wasn't it like they just randomly found people dead, so obviously they can get out.
Yeah,
They don't
okay,
like-
but
they
here's
don't
the
come
thing.
out of
Even
it.
if it was, they can't get in there, or it's too dangerous to, because every time you go in,
The ghost attack.
you get attacked by these. Yeah.
I know, but I meant like if they were ghosts like the elf ghosts, like trapped in there,
Mm-hmm.
they wouldn't be able to get out. So there must
Yeah.
be at least some method that they
Yeah,
can
that
use
makes
to get
that
out.
makes sense. It's been so long since I've looked at that stuff, I couldn't remember, but that does make sense.
So what did he say that the dwarf was looking to use this for?
Just he doesn't know. He just wants to see what he can do with it. That's all. Just curiosity.
Does he understand? I guess I'll ask him. Do you understand the properties of the stone and what it does?
You've told him before.
Have we?
Yeah.
I can't remember.
I thought so. Maybe you haven't.
I couldn't remember.
Well, then let's say this. He says, "What exactly do you mean?"
I guess I'll say that it seems to interact with magic in a
Possibly
way
containing it.
that might be.
For instance, the elven guys not being able to get out.
I would assume you've told him about that
Maybe.
I
part
feel
of
like
it.
we would have. Yeah.
Yeah.
I guess, yeah. Probably, yeah.
Yeah, I think he knows that already. So, yes, well, that just adds to its intrigue, doesn't it?
Right, but it could be abused if we're trying to work it.
It could be.
Yeah.
I
but,
trust Kraylin and King Darian.
But all the magic weapons are also could be misused, right? So
Just curious why they're so eager to
I,
find out all
I,
this stuff.
I assure you, my friend, we are on the same side.
What is going on?
he's come back after 2 months and no one knows how to play the game anymore.
Like, we already, this material is super hard. So why would they not want it? It's harder than anything else. You can't break it with a weapon.
All
Has
right.
properties of both metal and stone, seemingly.
I should have gone to this thing. Good grief. Now you're working at the inn.
Yeah.
You guys are about to make the whole capital to turn on us and kill us all.
It's not.
No, it's
all
not
what's
all
going
of us.
on.
It's just him. Looks like we're looking for a new ranger too.
Are we rolling initiative with Kavnor?
Yes.
Apparently.
Yes.
You don't know you're trying to kill the guy.
He also says, on a more positive note, perhaps, King Darian does seem to have returned his attention to matters more at hand.
That's good.
There's not much that can be done concerning his mother's body, and after meetings with the delegation from Zeldreth, he seems to be in much better spirits, and so he is focused more on matters of the kingdom now, which is a relief for me and others, I can tell you.
Well, ask him about the summer celebration coming up.
I don't know.
What that entails, obviously, you know, mention
Yeah.
the amount of people. Just curious, like, what does that look like? Is there some big celebration or just a bunch of people gather and?
And when is it?
Yeah.
Have we figured that out yet?
No, we haven't.
8 days. 9.
Yeah. He tells you that, he tells you that, yes, the city is preparing for an influx of travelers, though not like 3 months ago. Still, it will be busy, and yes, preparations are being made. There won't be, you do find out from this, there's not going to be any type of address.
Royal address
from,
or anything?
yeah, at this one. But the market will be teeming with people. So, and he says, I trust you're staying for this.
For the festival
Yeah, I don't know.
in 8 days.
I don't know about that one.
We'll tell them that we probably aren't going to linger for 8 days. We might go try to see if we can find another time tomb.
Let's go knock out a tomb and then be back before 8 days.
I think we could be back by 8 days if we were fast. Actually, wait, no, it's a long travel. Never mind.
Yeah, probably.
No, we're definitely not gonna make it.
Only way I'm going to say is we just skip straight to it.
You know the direction, you don't know the distance.
Yeah, that's the problem.
Well, if we just say, yeah, let's stay, and then we just fast forward 8 days.
I'd be fine
make
with that,
sure-
but I don't want to do
Well,
all
that's
this
gonna-
But
lizard
if you stay for 8 days, all I want to do is role play Morzza working at the...
I do not. We can skip that. If we
I'll ask
can-
him, is there any reason that he wants us to stay? Because
Well, the
to
last-
us, staying 8 days is just 8 days wasted that we could be on the road trying to take out these tombs.
The last celebration, something major happened.
He says, it's up to you. It seems a shame to miss one of these celebrations, but it's up to you.
well, if we didn't do that,
I'm gonna ask him if us staying there's gonna get
I
me the
appreciate
levels.
you being on task. Obviously, this is an urgent matter, but 8 days is only 8 days. It's up to you, though.
we should plant a bean at the festival.
Right in the middle of it.
Yes, you could destroy half
Start
the
selling
people.
the eggs. There you go.
Here's start giving the kids.
I express the desire to stay because I want to meet someone. Because, yeah.
Who you want to meet?
All right, looks like we're going on an adventure, guys.
Yep.
We're leaving next this one? I think we can be back within 8 days. We just gotta travel quick.
No, let's just wait.
You can
We
just
can fast
it's
forward.
a
Fast
forward
forward.
8 days and be there.
We're
and then, like,
fast
this is
forwarding.
the
It's
day
fine.
of the
What's
celebration.
the point?
I play the Sun song like 16
Why are we trying to do it
times.
so fast? we have time.
Yeah, just boom.
It's fine. We can stay, but we just fast forward. Get the 2x button on the.
All right. Well,
speed.
let's assume you guys come back to the end. You guys probably could discuss it with me. I would hope.
Well, I guess, yeah, either way, I'm not about to.
We don't really care about you anymore.
And then I would say we've been doing this for 3 months. We can take 8 days of break.
Well, does Kavnor have anything else to say, though? Are we done talking to him?
I don't think. Yeah, I think that's everything.
Unless there's something you want to know.
Is there any jobs, tasks,
What?
things that
Okay,
adventurers could get done around the city? Anything worrisome that's needs handled?
Are you trying to do what?
He tells you that they've been enjoying a relative time of peace with the roads being safe now.
You're
And
welcome.
Yeah, we cleared those tornadoes.
so
Yeah.
there's nothing pressing. I mean, there's always the bounties on the different creatures that have that. There's always that. That's not. There's nothing. There's no danger to the city right now in that. And with the East Road being safe to travel again, that really opens up the possibility of, people coming in for the celebration and all of that.
Oh my goodness. that's
Was he the
a
dude we
secret
gave the
note.
bean to? What was it? We could. I don't know. Was he the guy?
Yeah, in like 7 days we'll check and see if he's got any progress on the beam.
Okay. You haven't left him with anything to do still, right?
No.
He's done with the work you.
Yeah.
The ones we
you
were
commissioned.
Yes. We didn't ask him to do anything else.
Okay, that's what I thought. Because I thought your thing was the last one that was done, wasn't it? Or was it the arrow?
The
Right
arrow.
on the arrow.
Okay. Okay. So you're sticking around.
I guess so.
Okay. I will say, this night is the night of the thing. Do you want to do anything with that, or just say here's what we?
I'll
what we
use
do?
the whatever my spell that makes you get
Just
to
roll
roll
your
your thing
thing,
twice.
Yeah, you can just roll on it. And that's
Feel free to roll for your performance check.
Enhance ability. That's the one. Well,
I'm
good
helping.
thing I
I'm
help-
still helping.
What'd you get?
I'm passing
A
on
one?
drinks.
You can roll because I give you advantage with my spell. That was what I
Oh.
was saying.
That's good.
Yeah, that was a lot better.
She needs help. What am I supposed to add to it again?
Performance.
Just your performance.
What is that? 24.
24. Okay, well. I forget. I think I took with something. I think you can roll all 4 of them.
Yeah, that's what you
Here, I'll roll to see how many platinums we get. We got a lot of platinums.
Yes, that was it.
I'm out passing drinks. You guys are sitting at a table. I come out. Where you guys go? A couple drinks.
I may do that, Mike. I may do that.
Alright, platinum.
Hey,
4 platinum? That's
Oh, we got
good.
the max platinum for that. I rolled more than that.
I don't have the stats. I've got to get on Discord and find those. That does remind me something that I was going to talk to you about. So I'll message you in Discord when we're done. Okay, so that
Oh, and
night,
the
so
max
you
gold.
got that. Anything else you want to do that night? Everyone's there. It's a hopping place that night. Word has gotten around because you said the night before that you would do a show that night.
I've
So-
again continued to decide not to reveal that I'm a drow to everyone.
Okay, fair enough. Roll for concealment.
Yeah.
Here's what I will say. We should do one of these every night, and we'll tell everyone to keep coming back to celebrate what heck it is. Lùthlaèrin. Yep.
Too much work.
Yeah, we have to roll dice.
I mean, you could.
It's literally gonna take forever.
No, we don't have to do all that here, but
I guess we're just going to say what we're doing over the next few days then. Is that right?
Yep.
Okay,
if there's
so
anything else you want to do, yeah, we don't
I-
need to play out each day.
I want to talk with Taèlios since he has the invisibility ring.
Yes, sir.
Oh no.
I think over the next few days I want to explore the city maybe with him and listen in on people's conversations, or have him listen in since he's got the invisibility ring. Maybe maybe try to get into the sewer system and just look around because we know there's stuff
Ew.
under the city.
Ew.
I'm just curious,
That's
if
nasty.
people are talking about anything in the dark, like at nighttime, is there anything going on mysteriously in the city?
Okay.
Because if we're here for 8 days, I'm just trying to kill time now.
Okay.
So I'm curious what else goes on underneath the city or at dark. So I would probably spend this time trying to just investigate, maybe look in the sewer system.
But how are you going to help? I mean, you don't have dark vision, so you basically don't. Your opinion doesn't
Yeah,
matter.
that's
as far
true.
as-
You're just holding me back.
And as
Indeed.
needed, like if things come up, I will use like the pass without a trace, so we can kind of explore pretty stealthily if that's needed, if that aids in anything.
Okay.
I don't necessarily have any specifics of like where, but I do think investigating the sewer system because we know that there's stuff underneath the city.
And I can fall behind you guys with the drift globe. That way we don't draw attention to ourselves.
Yeah.
Is there something you're referring to specifically that when you say we know there's stuff underneath the city?
Well, because the whole point was like there's this ancient elven city, right? Or
Okay.
that type of thing.
Okay. I just wanted to be
And, well,
sure.
I'm saying because we also
I wanted to
found
make
that-
sure you weren't confusing this with
With the other one,
with
yeah.
our one shots or anything
No,
like
no,
that.
no.
So, okay.
No.
Yeah. I was also thinking the same thing. I was like, I think
No,
that's
no.
our other one.
Because I had something written down about sewers in this, about like the entrance or something. I can't remember what that was even, but
I got the
just
dice.
with everything that we've
Well,
talked
it's
about
with
with,
the
and we're
house.
talking about this ancient elven city.
So don't give it.
I'm curious, are there more entrances elsewhere,
Okay.
or is there
It's already
Yeah.
expired.
other things?
I know.
Okay.
I should have been
Don't give it.
And I would probably ask for the if we manage to get into the sewers, the wand of secrets, and potentially
What
use
makes
that.
you think I wouldn't go with you?
Well, if you would go with us, I don't know if you would be up to doing that type of thing. Then
Well, it's better than
Just
sitting around
some,
and serving drinks all day.
just some general investigation around the, because we know this city is like
I'll
on
just
top of another
understand.
city.
I want to own this man.
So like I'm trying to find if there's other things that we can find, any clues about that city that's underneath.
Okay. Okay. Let's start this way. So who's all going? Okay, and Ring of Invisibility.
And pass without a trace as needed. I have a couple of uses of that.
And I have elven boots, I have all that stuff, so.
And visibility wise, you're visible. You have to remind me. What are you still visible?
Well, I can't hide.
Okay.
Like, so it'd be more like investigating, and then if we needed, he can use his invisibility ring to get into places where we maybe couldn't.
Okay. And time wise,
Nighttime or
like
towards dark.
late. Okay, so the city is busy. Through, there comes a point where it tends to shut down, but it's going to be like late into the night.
Yeah.
If you're wanting as much seclusion as you can, it's going to be
Yeah, I'm thinking late and probably use pass without trace so we can kind of avoid guards as needed.
okay. Okay.
And if you need us to roll for that at all,
Yes, I do. I just want to get a sense of
Yeah.
Any particular place that you're looking, or just kind of around where you're staying,
You're the one that has the map of the city.
He has
Or
a map.
Tom does.
and it's fine. I'm just curious. Is there any particular part of the city you're looking in, or
You have the
just
city map.
starting where you are, or anything like that?
Because we're probably not going to cover the whole city, but I'm thinking like doing this each night and then sleeping late into the morning just to make sure we have all of our
I
sleep.
have some notes regarding.
I think we would definitely want to check out the king's area, if we can, because we can access that area, right?
Yep.
Well,
So
Shadeborough is where a lot of the shady stuff happens.
No.
I think investigating that portion, because we already know that there's that tomb area underneath the castle. So I don't know if there's other entrances there.
You mean the palace, or do you
Isn't
mean
the palace where we found that?
Yes, but that doesn't mean you can just
Yeah,
get
we can
in.
just.
No, I know. I'm saying like investigate to see if there's sewer systems, entries that we can get into,
in the district next to that. Is that what you mean?
or just around that area.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I know we can't get into the full castle, but we can get
Okay.
into the district. Right?
Okay.
You find out.
Is that where you're starting?
I mean, it's
Yes.
as good of a place to start
Yes.
as any.
Okay. Okay.
I'm trying to remember. Is this? Oh yeah. So we're yeah. So A is the palace. So we'd be right around their house. So like this area. Yeah, just generally around the palace area.
Okay. So do a.
So I would cast Pass Without a Trace when we get to that area, and
Okay.
then in whatever we're doing for
Are
investigation.
you trying to be like traveling to that area? Are you trying to are you trying to find shadows? Are you trying to be?
Let's see. I don't know how long
shadows
Pass.
because
Let me see how long this lasts.
Well, it's probably.
Pass Without a Trace lasts for an hour, and I can cast it twice a day. So I would, like, getting there is like 15 minutes. So I'd probably, like, when we were trying to get into that area or up close, I would use it, and then
Okay. So getting there isn't so much when you're trying
because I
to
don't think it's necessarily a problem to be out in the open.
just people walking
Yeah.
through the street. Okay. All right. So then once you're there, so we'll say as you approach it, wherever it is you want to do this, and visible or invisible, what's the plan here as you're
I think until we get to where we want to start,
doing anything.
yeah, like going underneath in the sewers or whatever, I'll just be visible.
okay. So go ahead and roll, depending on what you're doing, if you're trying to be, there's the stealth side of this, there's the perception side of this. So if you're trying to be hidden while you're searching, then I need both things. If you're just searching first, then I need perception.
I think just searching first.
Probably just getting an eye looking around at whatever would be somewhat interesting.
If we find something suspicious, then we would start to.
Yeah, try to investigate it more.
Okay. All right, so go ahead and give me,
Would this be all of us that can make this roll, or we want one person with advantage, or how do we want?
I would say
There's only 3. of us.
someone is point person, and so that either that person rolls with advantage or two of you can roll.
I would say I would roll. I would like be point, or you be point person. I would be helping you probably, and then maybe you'd be like on watch for other things, people that are looking at us or just.
I'm ready to cast Fireball at a moment's notice.
Ooh, not bad.
$23.
Okay, hold on 1 second.
You die.
And we have the Wand of Secrets with us, right? You have that? Okay.
I'll do that.
Perfect.
Can we find a whole dungeon under here?
Okay. 23?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
1 3.
And you're looking specifically for what?
I guess I.
Like entrances, some way to get like underneath the city.
Yeah.
Sewer entrances, or like I don't know, like a grate, something that's blocking off a route that would take us possibly underneath the city.
Or anything suspicious, right? If we see
Yeah, I don't really know. It's just like other things that might be suspicious.
But he doesn't know what those are. Just
Okay. Okay, so two things. You
Die.
don't notice anything suspicious. So nothing stands out on that front. The one thing you do know is that while you might be able to find an entrance, you don't find an entrance to the sewers in looking around. But one thing you do know is that there's at least one exit from the sewer system on the west side of the city toward the river. So there are no septic facilities, so
Is that is that odd for a city not to have any entrances to that?
not necessarily, it's not odd, but where you're looking is like the nicer part of the city, right up next to the palace. And so it's not odd to not have an entrance to the sewer in this more aristocratic part of the city.
In addition, is there any, like, as we look around or we do this investigation, there's probably not a thing, but, like, would there be any, like, I don't know, people meeting in the dark or out, alleyways, that type of thing? That
not in the nicer part of the
I mean,
city.
it's possible that you could stumble across that, but again, given the part of the city where you
Yeah.
are, this doesn't tend to be a shady part of the city.
Also, then you have to pass some guards to even get up into here, don't you?
There are guards there who recognize you and know that you're free to pass.
Yeah.
But
So it's kind of blocked off.
Yeah, that's true, actually. Yeah. I guess I would be interested in going to the sewer then. Or where we know there's an exit. to the
Well,
sewer.
let's do the normal day stuff.
Do we have normal day stuff?
Day 8, so we can go to the actual.
Or skip? Wait, this is all happening up to day 8.
Yeah.
So this would be happening before.
I know, but what I'm saying is like, let's just go to day 8.
What he's saying is, it's
I would like to
all
look at
us.
the sewer at least once before we.
Okay.
skip
Can we
the
just
day.
do a sweep of the sewer? It doesn't need to be like a...
If you want to go there, like if you want to go where you know you can find
Yes, that's
that.
what I'd like to do.
I just didn't know if do you want any other nights of your
I mean, we might.
Scouting
Yeah.
around.
I mean, if
No, just go to the sewer.
I would.
That was the thing you wanted.
I also was just generally wanting to just be around the town at nighttime and see if there's any shady things going on. Or
Okay.
What are we now, detectives?
so
We
not-
can skip all of that if there's.
No, it's up to you, but just I'm telling you, in the district where you were, which was Crown.
Yeah, no, I'm
Crest,
saying-
you didn't.
I know we've got 8 days or whatever, so I would
Yeah.
visit other places throughout the rest of the.
Okay.
nights.
Okay, so let's. What do you want to do right now? Do you want to go to? Do you want to?
I would say second night, or if this was first night, we'll say second night would be the sewer.
Okay. Okay, so you're going outside the city to.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, so you do easy enough to find a place where there's the sewer shaft coming out of the city. It is gated.
Is it locked?
Rudimentary.
I would like to use my thieves' tools to unlock it.
Okay. Make a dexterity.
With my thieves'
Yeah.
tools?
Yeah, you get the proficiency bonus.
13.
That's enough for this lock. So yeah, you're able to get the lock picked off and do it, and it's just a rusty, creaky gate that opens up, and it's at this point anyway, it's about a 5-foot high shaft running, and also just a reminder, the city sits on a hill.
Yeah.
So everything is going to run
Yep.
towards the river,
Yep.
right? So in other places it would run other directions too, but the river is just the convenient place for it to flow out. So it's in and up, and at this point anyway, it's about a 5-foot shaft. That
I will, since we're entering it, cast Pass Without Trace, so that we can kind of try to stealth.
okay. Give me.
I'll put my ring on.
Okay, that's fine. So give me a group. Now this is the three of you again.
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't have dark vision, so I'm probably letting them lead, and I'll just kind of be on their tail.
Okay. Group stealth check. So each of you roll.
Yeah, I tripped over something. That was not good.
Also, I would ditch my scale mail for this, because that gives me disadvantage on stealth checks.
He's not wearing any mail.
Probably not.
So you're naked.
So Pass Without Trace lets you add plus 10 to it. To your stealth checks.
Oh, does it?
Everybody's?
Yeah, plus 10.
Oh.
Thank goodness.
And you roll with advantage,
15.
right? Because you have your ring on.
Oh yeah.
I rolled a 2 and plus 3 to it, so.
One better. Wait, no, a lot better.
I ended with a 33.
26.
15.
33, 15, what?
26.
26? Okay. So you're able to move pretty quietly and stealthily up through this corridor. You do get to a point where two things happen. Number one,
Roll for initiative.
roll for initiative. Number one, it splits off, not in a nice, neat Y here, and then it's not nice and even. It's contoured with uneven streets and districts and stuff like that. So you do start to have areas that go off to this side, to that side.
Generally speaking, we're trying to head towards where we think the castle is.
Okay.
We don't want to get underneath the castle.
Okay. Yeah, and that would take some time to make this trek if you really want to do that. But so two things that happen is those tributaries start to branch off. Also, your space starts to widen out a little bit, side to side and up. So, and there are some places where it breaks into more open areas, like to go back to the one shot where, like a junction spot where a few of them come into one area and then go out. But it's like there are some places where you have to. There's some places that have something of a walkway on the side, and other places where it's just like you got to get in the muck to pass through. There's lots of rats. You're constantly dealing with rats, and it's smelly and all that. So actually, why don't each of you just make a Constitution check?
Oh, good.
You guys are gonna die for this.
Oh, actually, pretty good.
That was cocked. Okay. That was almost a 19, but it was cocked. Now it's a 17.
15.
So my
20.
I did
Wait, is this a saving
22.
throw?
Yeah,
Just as a Constitution check, so Constitution with your bonus.
22,
20.
20.
14.
Yeah.
If it's this.
Yeah.
It's not that.
Oh, mine would be 19 then, sorry.
Yeah, not a
It
Constitution.
doesn't add your proficiency.
Not a saving throw.
Yeah,
Thanks.
check. Yeah.
Okay. Good enough. Although a little iffy on your part, Taèlios. This is not pleasant at all. So, but you managed to keep your lunch down, and or your dinner at this point, I guess. And you press on, and you are able to navigate a path roughly towards there. You do come to spots where there are grates that you can see, and not necessarily ways up and out, but spots where you can see up and out through various grates along the way. Nothing to climb out of at this point that you've encountered, but you've tried to stay on basically a singular direction to the northeast, to the east-northeast, really, from where you are. And after a while, so actually do this now. Give me a perception check after you've been in there for a while.
Is this like the one person or everybody?
The two. So one with advantage or...
Yeah, so you got the advantage.
Nice. 21.
Okay.
Actually, it doesn't make sense. I wouldn't make it anyway because...
Well, that's true. You wouldn't be helping.
But
he would be helping. As if you don't have a light source out, then yeah, you're just kind of... You're along for the ride a bit on that.
You should leave him down there.
That would be funny.
Whoever sees it first, you start to notice, well, between these two, because they both can see about the same. You do see every now and then there are markings on the wall, like almost drawn here and there with some sort of chalk equivalent type of thing. They're faint, but you see enough of them that you know that they've been intentionally put there.
Dave's good.
They're numbers?
You don't see them.
Okay.
So
What do they look like?
you don't know.
I'll just send them... I would like...
We don't know what they look like.
You don't know they're there
I don't.
until they tell you that.
Hey, there's some markings here.
Oh, you're just going to shout that out? In the dark?
Yeah, I screamed it.
You just shatter, and then
I would assume that we wouldn't be talking much unless it was
I
like...
could just like...
Hey, you see those markings? Oh, you can't see them.
Well,
Do
it's
they...
not-
I can do I've got the cantrip that makes like the dim light or whatever, so I can put those out so we can look at them more closely.
Well, it's not pitch black under there, is it?
I'm
'cause
assuming
even-
it's almost pitch black.
Even
It's night.
dark
and we're in
vision
the
wouldn't
sewers.
help us out very much.
Yeah, so I'll use this cantrip to examine it more closely.
to use what?
The
Dancing lights.
yeah, that one.
Oh, okay. So you're lighting up so he can see too, and then,
Yeah,
okay.
and for me with the dim lighting is like for normal lighting, so
Okay.
like for vision.
Okay. So lighting it up, you see the markings that they're showing you, and you do recognize it as it is. Your knowledge is rudimentary,
Right.
but you recognize it as marks that are consistent with the thieves' cant. So it's communication, and you're only looking at one of them right now.
Yep.
And it is to the best of what you can tell, it is communicating north.
Oh, like directions?
Just north.
Like in the hallways it is?
Yeah, I mean that's essentially what it says in symbol form.
Cool.
Is that the direction we're heading?
You're heading east northeast.
I would say let's continue to head the direction we were heading, but then put out the lights, because it probably will be, like, there's probably a place under the city where they, like, congregate. And that's not really what we're looking for at this moment.
Okay. You continue on the way you're going, and given what you just saw, it is noteworthy that it doesn't take very long before you have a passageway that heads north. And you can also keep going the direction you're going. But you just You just saw a symbol that indicates north, and now there is a possibility of going north. Or you can keep going in the general direction you've been headed.
So there's definitely something down there.
I think we take the north. See what.
Do we want to head that way?
It might be an area
If
that
you
like
guys-
would lead to some
I mean, if you guys want to do it, sure.
significant.
We diverge.
You head north.
Sure.
Okay. From there, you go on for.
I want to start checking for traps too,
That's a good,
Okay.
That's a good idea.
whenever you need me to, or whatever else.
Go ahead. Go ahead and. roll
Perception, right?
Yep.
We're looking for the next, or they would be looking for the next symbol. I would say there's probably one coming up.
So 23.
Okay. You don't notice any.
I'll just keep checking whenever you want me to check again. Just
Okay.
let me know.
Okay.
All right, go ahead and roll again.
Yep.
So
Now.
you move one step.
Ooh.
Okay. So you go a couple hundred yards, and that's when you come to your next. You notice.
Symbol.
Yep. Yep. And this one, you show him, I assume.
Yeah.
This one doesn't communicate anything directional. There's not even really words for it, other than the best thing you could say about it is it's essentially an X marks the spot type of symbol. But it doesn't communicate anything more than that. It's like a symbol saying here.
So with the,
What's there? What are we?
can we do
around?
Nothing that stands out.
Can we do
We're
an
still in
investigation?
Well, is it like a? Are we in like a just still a narrow hallway, or
Yep, you're still
I
in.
want to use the one of secrets?
Okay. Okay, so you use the. Remind me what that
It's
does. again.
30 feet in any direction. It'll indicate if there's a secret.
Okay. Okay.
It indicates if there's a secret. Automatically opens every door, regardless of what checks you needed, and
But I
gives
think
us the
it
best
tells you where it is. I
possible-
think
And
but
rains
he,
down
he
treasure?
has it in his thing. He can.
Yeah, it tells us exactly where it's at.
Okay. All right. You use it. It does ping, and so it'll tell you it'll tell you the secret.
Let me read
I
it
don't
to you
remember what it tells
specifically.
us
So it's
specifically.
3 charges. While holding it, you can use an action to expend one of those charges. If a secret door or trap is within 30 feet of you, the wand pulses and points at the one nearest you.
Okay. So it essentially points. It points upward and toward the east wall, and you're walking through this type of thing. So from your vantage point, it kind of does that. It points up that way.
Okay.
So if we want to turn the lights on, I can try to investigate. Except yours is it dim light? I think we use the orb for this.
I can pull out the drift globe.
If we pull out the drift globe, so I can actually do a full. Well, we'd probably be just looking for traps first on this point.
Well, I've told them that I was just going to keep looking.
I know,
at
but
traps.
like now that we know where it
Pull out
is,
the-
we
we'll
need to
pull out the
actually
drift globe
look
and
for.
I'll light it up.
Okay.
I'll light it up and have it hover in the air.
So knowing that we're at points, I would say that probably would make sense. Like me and you both would be looking at this for traps. So like if that we can each roll one.
Mm-hmm.
Since I'm kind of like trying to learn this stuff as well.
Roll that, and then roll a d6 as well, each of you.
D6.
Yeah, that's how many times you did kill it.
Are we combining it?
You're adding the d6 to your roll because you've got this wand telling you look here, basically. So just it's your perception check plus you're adding the d6 to it.
20.
18.
Okay.
You don't see anything.
You don't see a thing. You both notice a loose stone that appears to be some sort of a switch.
It's hidden, so it's probably not trapped. It's we just have to
Let's
touch
mage
it.
hand it.
We could do that.
I can
Yeah,
do
yeah.
that.
Well, we can back up and
I'll
we,
try
we
that.
can point it out to him and then.
Try to use mage hand to push on it.
Okay.
Pull on it, whatever needs.
It does. You hear a click, and then part of the corridor, part of the sewer there, kind of presses in and slides,
Like
and
a
it
door.
opens up. Yep. And so it opens in. So
Where and how high is this? Is it like head
It's
level?
just below the switch. So
no,
the,
I
the
know. But
switch
I mean,
was-
like how high is the switch?
oh,
Is it like way up on the wall, or is it like you can just like reach up and push
the
it?
switch was about 7 feet up or so,
Okay.
and the door is about 5 feet high
Okay,
below
so
the
it's,
switch.
It's not like it's like 10 feet in the air, like way up. It's something you just have to know what's there and press it.
Yep.
Okay.
So, and what you see beyond this, where this door has slid open, is it is slid open to reveal a vertical shaft now, not a corridor like you've been in, but it's vertical, and you see up, and looking up, you can see stars. It's a cylindrical shaft going up, going down. It's dark.
We probably climb up and find our bearings, but maybe send the invisible guy up.
Well, so is there a ladder or what?
How wide is it?
It's about 3.5, 4
So
feet
you basically
across.
So he
have to
could
put your,
climb
you just
it.
have to put your feet down and climb up.
It would be nothing for you to climb.
How tall is the shaft?
It looks like you've got about 25 to 30 feet or
Okay.
so to get up to the top of it.
So I can climb up and just kind of see where we're at in the
Yeah.
city.
Get his bearings.
Okay.
I would recommend you put the invisible ring on so you don't get seen. On
Absolutely.
Okay.
He hasn't taken it off yet.
It's still invisible.
Okay. So you make your way up and out, and when you get to the top, you find that you're in a portion of the city that you're kind of in an enclosed space. There are buildings all around you with, they all have the narrow walkways between them. There's a way out of here, but it's like you're in a tight cluster of buildings. You cannot tell exactly where you are from this vantage point because there's nothing that gives that away.
It's just a hole in the road.
No. As you climb out of it, it's like you're in a well. It's like you've just climbed out of a well in the city.
Okay, so building's tall, so you can't see the castle or anything from here.
Nope. It's like you've just climbed out of a well, what looks like a well, in just the middle of a bunch of buildings.
So can I find my way to a street to kind of get my bearings then?
Yeah, easy enough to do. You are.
You mark this on the map.
You follow. There is an obvious path out, and you follow that path, and you find yourself on a very familiar street to you, because you were once accosted.
So I'm at the temple
Is it the temple?
or whatever.
The temple of
it's called.
Bahamut?
No.
No.
Where?
You had an encounter right near here.
Oh yeah, I got. So we're in. I wrote it down.
Is it the temple of?
No, I got attacked basically here.
Oh, you got attacked.
Yeah.
Jeez.
Session 0.
Yeah. Where did I write that down on? Oh, Shadeboro. Right? I'm in Shadeboro.
Yep.
It's the shady part of town.
Watch this.
Shade bro. Is that actually?
It's just a district. I don't know how it's labeled
It
here.
should be on the bigger map. It should be labeled. I think I drew off the divisions of
You
it.
did here, but there's nothing
Doesn't-
to say that
Yeah.
it's Shadeboro.
Okay, I can show you which one it is.
I mean,
Is it
map's
okay?
wildly inaccurate, but
So this portion over here is Shadeboro, all through here.
So that's where the.
Yeah. So this middle area is the market. This kind of that whole thing right there. And so here's the
Yeah.
Bahamut thing. Up here is the magic shop, and then Shadeboro is over here in this area. All of this down here is Old Town, and then this is Shadeboro right up there.
Oh wait, yeah, we do have Shade bro. It's just here. It's just listed as the.
Yeah, isn't there a letter there or something?
Yeah, it just looks like it shows the district and then it shows which letters are in the district.
oh,
Oh, okay.
oh,
Okay.
right.
Okay, so we just know. So he got an idea of where it's at now.
Yeah, so I go back down and I let him know we're in Shadeboro.
First of all, let me ask real quick. How you doing over there, Daniel?
Great.
Yeah, we're kind of
This
distracted.
is the most
by
exciting D&D session we've had so far.
This kind of stuff happens, especially when you're in a city. I'm sorry. You're doing what?
that. I'm going back to them just to let
Okay.
them know kind of where we're at in the city.
Okay. All right. It is, just so we're clear, it was 25 or 30 feet up or whatever that I mentioned. Down, you can't see where it goes.
Should we drop something down there just to see if it hits?
Oh, it does go down further?
Absolutely.
Oh, that I didn't know that.
I think I have one of the rods on me.
So yeah, we have rope. I have rope, and he has a movable rod. We could tie a rope and descend.
I'll send my dim lights down to see how far it goes.
Well, actually, wait. Before you do that, because there might be people down there, I would say just send him down.
Okay.
I volunteer as tribute.
So I tie my rope to his removable rod. Send him down first. He has dark vision.
Okay.
It's 50 feet.
Okay. You make it down about 30 more feet, and you do encounter water down there. It's dark. So, other than, did you send light down or not? You don't
Not
need
yet,
it.
no.
Okay.
No, he just said there's water.
So it's just, I'm just still in the shaft, but there's water now.
Yes. There is no, there's nothing on the top that makes you think that this is an in-use type of well.
Right.
You know, there's no crank, there's no bucket, there's no rope or anything like that. But you do get to, how's it going over there? You do get to water at the bottom of it.
Baldur's Gate yelking.
Do you want to?
So
I guess you
this-
could light it up now, and if there's nothing, like then we can do.
I'll send light down. As far as
We can search and just.
I
see
can
if
send it
there's
to
anything.
120 feet, so I'll send it down as far as I can.
Okay. Okay, well then you can send it down to where there's water, and that's what you see. So from all appearances at this point...
If I can't send it down farther and see if he can see anything under the water.
Oh, sure, you can.
That's what I meant. Like I'm gonna send it down to try to send it as far under the water as I can to see if there's a bottom or.
Okay,
And then
Okay.
he's close, so he can see more.
okay. It goes down another 10 feet and hits bottom.
Is there anything along the walls though as it goes down?
I can cast 4 of them, so 4 of them all in close proximity there. See if he see anything more, or is it just the bottom of the well?
It just looks like the bottom of a well. from what
Should we
you
just use the wand of secrets down there just to?
How many charges do we have of that thing?
3. It's gonna get recharged at dawn.
I don't think there's anything down
It's
here.
gonna recharge at dawn.
We might as well try. You might as well try it.
Okay.
Well, you can come back up, grab it, take it back down, and use it. Just see if there's anything.
Okay.
30 feet radius.
Okay, I'll grant that you get... It's close the way that time, but I'll grant that you can get it out of range of where
Yeah.
you've just come through, and it does not ping.
Okay. All right.
Alright, sound good.
Well, there might be something down here at some point. We'll see.
Might be nice to know the secret way in though.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Okay, so let's go to. Let's leave. We'll use the. He can climb back up, and then take the rod up out top, and we'll just climb out through the well.
Okay.
I don't know if you want to skip this, but I would like to, since we know that we didn't really check north towards the tent or the castle.
Right.
I'd like to still check that throughout these next days.
Okay. Okay, tell me again specifically what it is you're trying to find.
Secrets that might lead to, or just entrances to, or clues to the city that's underneath this city.
Okay. Okay, gotcha.
Doing the same process using Pass Without a Trace, using the Wand of Secrets.
Just a second, let me find something here real quick. There's nothing else that stands out to you at this point with given given the time that you have, here's what you are able to discern over the days that pass. There does seem to be. You don't know if it's enough to call it a network of wells, but this isn't the only well you find. Depending on how far you want to go, but I'll just grant that you're able to put together the fact that there are wells that seem to lead down. That there are ways down here, and at least a way that you find more than one of is access to the sewers through secret passages in wells, or secret portals or doors or whatever in wells.
But there's no visible or clear reason why people are needing to access these areas down here through the secret.
Well, it's
Like,
just
it's-
the Thieves Guild. That's just a way for them to run away when they're
That basically.
robbing stuff. But we didn't find anything about the underground elven city that this is.
You don't see anything like that.
We'll have to see if what's his name of the magic shop can make us a magic jackhammer so we can.
Yeah. So in other words, while you're down there, you find access up. You don't find access down.
Okay. But we make note of each access up probably.
Okay.
All right. Excellent.
Okay.
The day of the festival.
Whoa! We saw my stuff. I'm just.
What kind of drinks did you serve?
I won't say this. We don't need to do anything, but I'll be like helping at the end, and I'll also help at the temple. We don't need to do anything for that.
What in the world?
Because I'm bored.
We don't need to do anything for that. That's what I'm gonna do for the next 8 days. I'll help at the temple, and then I'll help at the end,
Okay.
doing whatever I can.
Okay. Okay. Well. Okay, then I'll just say over those 8 days for you, then you do strike up a pretty good friendship with Frel, and also with Frel at the Traveler's Way, Sural at the Platinum Sanctuary, because she seems to be the one who's she's the one who's like other people that are there occasionally. I mean, she is too. It's not like she's always there. She doesn't live there or anything like that. But she's there regularly. She spends a lot of time there. That much is obvious. And so she's the one at the Traveler's Way. Frel, you get to know or have more interactions with. At the Platinum Sanctuary, it's Sural.
What about Gurn?
Sure.
Hey, we didn't say anything about him.
Nothing. Gurn has not yet re-entered your story.
Alright. Are we gonna do the show every night then, or no, Elizabeth? Or next?
We can.
We need that money.
No,
Sorry,
You
guys.
know that's going into my personal stuff, right?
He's helping you. You gotta give something.
You realize
So,
we've all
let me-
used our personal money for
Let
this
me
stuff.
Yeah.
say this too. So as the week goes on, there are a few visitors that show up. So Nyx, for you, Cyril shows up, and here's of you guys being there. So word is spreading. Besides, you've been trying to spread word if you're doing these things. So he shows up and is eager to chat and find out how you've been and even join you.
I tell him to come on the whatever the festival is. I have a surprise for him. So come to the end.
Okay.
Yep.
On Lùthlaèrin.
Yep.
Okay.
I don't think we're gonna be at the end on Lùthlaèrin though. Isn't the whole point?
What?
Yeah,
I'm gonna be
The
there.
whole point was to stay there.
At the end though, isn't there stuff going on in the city for?
Well, we can go around probably.
it's just like
Yeah.
normal events.
fine.
It's not like
Okay.
it's not like there's some big
I'm just
festival.
pointing out we probably aren't staying at the inn on the day.
Why wouldn't we be?
We'll be there at least a
Well,
little
and then
bit.
we may be at the very end of the night.
It's not like
You're saying you might be in the market area.
Yeah, the whole
is that-
point of this festival is you're not going to just sit in the whole
right.
day.
Well,
Yeah, there's probably stuff
but it's
going
at,
on
It's
in
at
the
night.
city.
It's
Yeah.
at night is how it's always been done.
Yes, so, and like I said, it is obviously not the production that the spring celebration was. So, for instance, in spring, they had cordoned off a whole area of the market for this big stage, right? Where the king came and gave his and all that. That is not what this is like. It's more, there's just a lot of vendors there.
It's like
basically.
a farmer's market.
Yeah, it's like a fair almost. It has the feel of a fair going on.
Any carnival games?
Nope, they haven't invented those yet.
We could.
I haven't invented those yet.
There is that.
On the days leading up to, so that was we explored the sewers. I would probably try to inquire of the rogue at some point, and maybe get some, since we found Thieves' Cant, maybe get some more training on Thieves' Cant,
Okay.
just to understand it.
Okay.
We don't need to roleplay that, but just my intention for the rest of the week.
Yes. So in addition to the visits that take place, and Cyril, I could say you just said that, Nix, to him and communicated that, you get a visit from him.
From who?
From let me find his name.
I'm trying to think
Thief.
who him is.
Your trainer.
Reeve.
Oh, okay.
Reeve Macy.
Yeah, the thief.
Yeah. So you get a visit from him, and he kind of pulls you off to the side one night, actually outside, into kind of a dark area outside,
And kills you.
and tells you,
Yes.
Stop sneaking around the sewers.
just shoves a knife right into your gullet. And he says to you, I understand you've been doing some exploring.
You could say that.
Uh-oh.
I said as a rogue might.
Not rogue,
I think
so I don't
one
know
level
what
in
you're
rogue.
doing.
As a rogue wannabe might.
He says to you,
Part of the process.
you're being watched.
Oh, crap.
And he says, you're on the right track, but at the wrong time. He says, in time I can explain more, but for right now, just know you're being watched, and you haven't pushed too far yet, but if you do, I may not be able to help you.
Good classic.
Tell them back that we're watching them.
Can I ask him what do you mean by on the right track?
Just said he can't tell you.
Can you explain in detail?
Yes.
Can't say more.
You know we've been there. You know we've been down there. You found the evidence of that. There's more. And if you stumble across it, it will be dangerous for you at this point.
Fair enough.
He says, he looks around and he says, you're not initiated yet. Until you are, it's dangerous to be there.
Noted. And then I will inquire about potentially training more in the Thieves' Cant. But I'll say that I will try to stay out of the way for now.
Okay. Yeah, he can. I mean, over the course of this week, he could probably help you with that if you want.
I mean, because
you could be a
Thieves'
little
Cant is more of like a code, so it's not something that you necessarily have to spend years learning. It's because you have to know it.
Yes, and this would have been something that he gave you a rudimentary sense of.
Yeah, which is how I would understood it in the sewers.
But it's more of the recognizing it than it is the speaking it for you at this point,
Yeah.
which you can do. It can essentially be a secret language.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, for him it's more of a can't thieve right now than anything.
You said this person was Reeve Macy.
Yes.
oh, sorry, I didn't see the redemption of that. So someone gets guidance at some point here. So
We got too caught up in the
Yeah.
wells.
we've been exploring wells. You can't expect me to.
Reeve Macy. I have it written down now.
There you go.
I'll never forget.
It will help if I put this up on my iPad too, because I can't see it as well on my phone. So let me.
You just have to squint at it from all the way over there. Oh.
And I'm still bothered by the fact that the video is glitchy. That really bothers me.
Hey, you want to know what really grinds my gears?
That's right. It does. It really grinds my gears. I don't want to do that. past that didn't cause the music to turn off. Freaking technology.
Technology.
All right, well, someone on a roll here can have guidance at some point because we did have that redeemed with channel points.
Oh.
So thanks a lot, Strife.
It's just one of us just made a new account.
No.
I tried that, didn't work.
Another thing that happens over the course of these days as you're wandering around.
I gain 5% of the N.
You all die
What?
again.
So I gain 5% of the N.
That hasn't happened.
5% of the what? Oh,
He wants profit.
the end. Yeah, I see.
Another thing that happens while you're wandering around, though, in your wanderings and down and about the marketplace, Valia,
Oh, recognizes some people she used to work with.
you at one day as you're wandering around, whether alone or with others, I'll let you decide that. Looking at the different shops and moving around and all the different people, you see a woman who stands out to you, almost like a memory, and you realize that back when you joined up with this group, you had vision, dream almost, of a woman who asked you in that dream to choose. If you recall, your vision was of two tables within the Traveler's Way. At one of the tables was sitting the Mythstalkers. At the other
Lame.
table was sitting the as of yet unnamed
We could just still take the name.
adventuring
We could do
group.
Mythstalkers.
And you were asked to choose. There was an empty chair at each table. You were asked to choose by this woman, kind of dressed in brown, grandmotherly look, kind of dressed as a traveler a little bit. And she asked you to choose, and you chose this group. And then you woke up. She was
Worst
gone.
mistake
You
of your
woke
life.
up. You see her for real in the marketplace, and she sees you see her, and she ducks around the corner of one of the stalls, one of the merchant's place tent that he has set up.
Interesting.
I guess I'll follow
Yell
her.
back, you choose.
Go see where she's going.
Okay. Are you with anybody, or were you out on your own walking around this day?
Let's say I'm alone.
Okay.
I'll go with them.
Okay. You go around the back of this tent and look, and you see other vendors set up. You don't see her.
She
Can I
must
look
know the
around a
pencil
little
trick.
bit? Or?
Perception check.
Go make this pencil this big.
Help us.
16.
Okay. You see, there's two tents off a ways across. It's all kind of tied in, but you're kind of in between in the backside of a bunch of tents that are circled up, and you see between two tents, you see just a brown cloak disappear between the tents.
I'll keep following her.
Okay. You rush through and you get to another kind of open area. Make another perception check.
14.
Okay. Same thing. You see, and she seems to be moving quicker than someone of her age should. You're just barely keeping up with where she is. You see her slip through another area between two tents.
Keep following her.
Only you had
Okay.
speed spell.
Okay.
Pace would be great.
Make a perception check. Actually, hold on. Before you do that, now in this path that it's gone through, you've come out onto a main road or a main thoroughfare around the market that is flooded with people. Make a perception check.
Oh, you
Four?
lost her.
4? Okay.
Rip.
You look around, and you see a sea of people, and you don't see her. But you've come to realize that the woman in your dream appears to be a real woman.
It's the hag from that one shot.
That's it. She showed up here.
Alright, I say we do this one last thing. Can we go talk to a Drow, or his name is, and see if he wants to do anything for this, like this festival? If you want us to like help him out, like I don't know, like use our weapons and like that. So like, what's it called?
Because of your arrangement with him?
Yeah.
Yeah, you can ask him that. His response is, he says, it's always appreciated. And you've done your part. I appreciate that to keep doing it. He says, right now, you've seen my shelves. There's not a lot.
Yeah.
He doesn't need.
He doesn't need business right now.
He said,
needs us.
although commissions are always open. So he says, certainly.
What is the what has he come any farther on the magic bean? Does he have any thoughts on it? Aside from the fact that it's fantastic
I mean,
and the
he kind of
greatest
doesn't have a lot to do.
magical item in the world.
Oh, sorry. You really should be devoting all your time to this.
Yeah, I mean, it's a magic bean.
Yeah, you should be emptying your spell slots every day to figure this out.
Yeah. What he can report on it is that it is strange magic.
Does he think it's the old magic from like the purple magic dust magic-esque, or is it?
He says, almost certainly this is ancient magic. Almost certainly.
The beans?
The beans.
The magic that enchanted them to do these different, because it's, you've told him kind of what it's done, and that's just what you know.
Right.
He says this kind of magic is not your everyday enchant a weapon sort of magic.
Could you make another one of those like the stabs of like secret finding or whatever?
The wand?
Wand of secrets?
Yeah, wand. Do you want another one of those?
I don't think we need another one.
Yes.
I don't know what else.
Bracers that give you armor class, cloak, ring. Like you could do the ring that he
You
had.
got rid of all the ones
Thanks,
that
JR.
benefits Constitution, I think so. I do think a ring of spellstorm would be nice. Another one.
For who?
Her? Or
What, so she can store...
Shatter.
Yeah, that would be good. We don't use.
No, I was
spells.
gonna say so she can store vicious mockery.
I mean, I could store spells as well.
So we need thorns on the ground.
Yeah. More thorns on the ground.
Yeah, why don't you get that one spell that holds everyone in place for 0 turns? Let's get some more of that action. I mean, you can see how much it would be to make
I
another
see
one,
what it would be.
but it's attuned. I don't know how many attuned items you have right now.
I have 0.
You have the cloak.
No, you have your spell storing. That's a
And you have a spellstorm thing.
No. Where did I get mithril armor?
You found
Oh, he's just holding on to it though. He's not actually wearing it.
yeah. It was that shirt, I think, a chain shirt.
Is mithril better than plate?
Wait.
He doesn't impose disadvantage.
And you wear it under normal clothes. If the armor normally imposes disadvantage on dexterity stealth checks.
If I remember right, it didn't necessarily.
Well, which one was this one? Was it? You know?
It was a chain shirt.
It was chain shirt. Yeah.
Yeah, so it's
This
the
is-
same as chain armor. It
Well,
just
I don't
doesn't
think-
impose.
I think
it.
you ran the numbers and it
Yeah.
wasn't going to
Yeah.
help you.
Although, I don't think it'd help any of us because it's medium armor, so you can't wear it. Can you? 'Cause you can't wear medium. Or light, probably. For that matter.
You can get your AC up to 15, basically.
So I didn't think anyone's gonna wear it. So should we not like sell this?
So let's see. I have one second. It might actually be good for me. Scale now,
You have scale though.
which imposes disadvantage on stealth checks. Yeah, disadvantage. That's the problem. So I would drop an armor class, but I would have advantage on stealth, or I would not have disadvantage on stealth.
I mean, is your mail enchanted or not? We could also see
It's
if he could enchant the armor or the plus
Oh yeah,
one.
because is that true? Yeah. Why don't we see that? Because we have this mithril armor. Can we give him the mithril armor and see if he can enchant it?
You know, if
with
we
a
get like
plus
a base level protection enchantment?
Yeah, you can certainly talk to him about that.
Yeah.
I think that'd be good.
Like, well, this is the only thing we got right now.
Well,
so-
mine was 5,000. That plate chance. So if I
This
won,
should be
like,
less
that,
than
well,
that.
obviously, because it's medium.
Plus,
not
we already
heavy.
have the armor. We're not paying for the armor at all.
We wouldn't be paying for my armor either. You can enchant it.
Give me 1 second. Something I'm looking for here. I don't think this is gonna be it. Nope. Okay.
How much money do we have? 14?
Basically 14,000.
Okay. Yeah, so we'd be fine with.
Okay, so you ask him about, like, essentially a +1
On the
that. Is
mid-roll,
that what you're
yes.
talking about?
Yes.
Okay. Give me 1 second. Stuff.
Maybe get +1 and +2. See what either of those would be.
+2 is significant.
I know it's quite a bit more, but it's just to see.
Oh, right there.
Yeah, I need a few more magic items.
Okay.
Do you need any more of these, Steven?
Not at the moment. I mean, not. I don't have very many magic items. I said 3.
But you're
or 2.
stacked up on the simple.
He says so for that for
Yeah, here.
+1.
for the +1 enchantment, it would be 3,000. And he says because this metal takes the enchantment so much easier than. And he says for a +2 though, it would go to 30,000.
Yeah, that's
What?
That's a much higher level enchantment. I say we at least do the level 1.
Is level 1 worth it then? I mean, it's not. It effectively does not change my armor class. I don't have to roll disadvantage on stealth.
I mean, that could be useful. It's not like we got anything better to.
I mean, it's really. I'm thinking really group stealth checks here is all. It's kind of the.
3,000 is not that much.
How long would it take him to enchant? Since it's so much easier for him to enchant, it sounds like. And he's such a good enchanter. He could definitely have it done by
10 minutes.
Indeed.
Yep.
You would ask me that.
how long it takes. Just come up with a number.
8 days.
Just say after our next
Back in the sewer.
next time tune.
Yeah, I guess we can just assume it wouldn't be ready until the next
Yeah.
time too. It's fine. We don't need to do the number. We can just assume it wouldn't be ready. I feel like the couple days we have left is probably not.
What?
In my notes here. I have a typo in my notes, which makes my thought process confusing to me on this side of it. Okay, no, now I get it. Okay, now I get it. So it would take. It would take him about a week for that.
Alright. Sounds like a plan. We'll leave it with him.
Can we retcon and say that we did this at the very beginning of the week?
No. We didn't. We'll just get it when we
That's
come
fine,
back.
that's
We'll get it
fine.
when we come
Okay,
back from the
yeah,
next dungeon.
that's
So we'll just tell him, yeah, we'll
3,000.
We'll be heading out here in a few days, so we'll just pick it up from you when as soon as we get back from the next one.
And I'm not gonna use it.
We'll just stick it in.
Make any progress?
Yeah. Yeah. Just you have another.
So let's
thing
keep
in?
going down the sewers.
Yeah. Right.
Hey, that wasn't unworth it.
No, I was just thinking.
What did we discover?
Everything.
Lots of secret entrances.
We now,
What's the
the
point?
three
though?
of us have unlimited power. We can destroy anything.
They're also
with
level
one
10
punch.
apparently for some reason.
Yeah.
We're level 10? Oh, us.
100.
Yeah.
Yeah, we made it to level 10.
Ultra instinct.
Okay.
Power level over 9,000.
Anything else you want to do in the days leading up to
That's
the
it.
actual day?
That should be it.
I'm over it.
Yeah.
Took you long enough.
Good gracious. Okay, hold on one quick. I'm sorry to do this, but for my own problem-solving thing, I want to do this. JR, can you tell me if the sound is okay and it's just the video that's a problem, or does it all glitch at the same time? And maybe you answered that earlier, I just didn't notice it if you did. Just whenever I go to troubleshoot this, I want to know what exactly the problem is as you're seeing it, versus when I watch it afterwards. I want to know if it's the same. Okay, help me watch for that too.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah. We'll just stay the same.
okay. So, you want to take it up to the day of?
Yep.
Okay. Do you have a... So, here's what you know about, like, in the market area. It's just more of the same. More of the sellers, more buyers, more kinds of stuff going on. It's just...
People from out of the city.
Yep.
Or
Yep.
look at, is there magic items?
Probably not. But
For what are you talking about?
For the
People probably traveled in from all over,
Yeah,
right? They're
it's-
bringing goods.
Yes,
Yeah.
it is. But it is not like the spring celebration. Again, it isn't quite like that. So.
He's saying are other people selling magic items?
he just said something.
Thanks.
Is it?
He said the audio isn't the problem, it's the video. So we'll see. I'll have to do some searching and see what the problem is.
So,
Go ahead.
no, we're
He,
good.
I was saying
We're
he
good.
was asking
We're
if
good.
there was magic items that
We'll,
other
we'll,
people
we'll
brought
find
in.
out. We'll find out.
You don't see anything set up like that. No.
No.
It's
Like,
it's crafts.
Food and
It's
stuff?
yeah. There's that. There's crafts. There's candle makers. There's all kinds of different. There's all kinds of different skills and crafts and trades that are all for sale. But I mean, there's no blacksmith moved in a tent to the marketplace or anything like that. So it's all more household crafts, toys.
Are there
that type of
specifics that
stuff.
we're doing on the day of? Like, is there anything that, or do we need to tell you if there's anything? else?
Well, Abel would very much like a performance
Yeah, of course.
that night.
so that
If
day
you're
we'll walk
willing.
through the market and we'll also be like, kind of like spreading the word that there's the performance
Okay.
at the inn.
With all the people in town from out of town, I would be listening for any conversation having to do with the things going on outside the city, anything related to the work that we've been doing, if people have found out about it, or kobolds, or if there's anything, or if this is still under wraps,
Okay.
type of thing.
You don't hear anything about kobolds. Most people don't even know about those.
Who said?
You do hear comments about, you hear kind of the occasional comment like, about what it was like back at Lùthlaèrin, talking about the road, because that was kind of a big deal. I know it's been forever as with us playing here, but in game it's been about 3 months, and people are still remembering, like, they couldn't travel from the east to here. There was a lot of fear over what was going on with different caravans going missing,
Yep.
that type of thing. So there's kind of that relief, but at the same time that, there's always the grumblers about, they're convinced that something's going wrong and, blah, blah, blah. You hear that, but in general, you hear a much more at ease public than from the previous time you were at a similar celebration. There's blissful ignorance about all the things that you guys are aware of. There's a general blissful ignorance about that. I mean, you hear nothing about any of that.
So wander around.
Performance.
Yep, I'll stop by the temple, talk to them a little bit.
Okay.
And I knew she said they were going to have a bunch of people coming in, and then I'll leave and go to the end.
Okay. Very good. So it's around dinner, and the place isn't completely. The place is getting packed at dinner, and Cyril is there, and so you have a performance coming up, and the doors of the Traveler's Way burst open at one point, and a half-elf.
Gondor calls for aid. And Rohan will answer.
A half-elf man who is dressed somewhat dramatically, bright colors,
It's your dad.
lots of purple, but not only purple, seemingly every color, but he's got a purple kind of a top hat that walks in, and the doors fly open, and he walks in without making eye contact with anybody and says, "I hear there's quite a performance here tonight." And he looks around, and he makes eye contact with you, and he says, "Nix, my dear, after all this time," and he runs up to you with his arms out open wide.
So I hug him
I
back.
cast Fireball. The entire injury.
Stranger danger.
So, you see your old mentor
He's alive.
come through the doors, and overjoyed to see you. You can read him well enough to know too that he seems a little bit uncomfortable, and given some of what you know, he hasn't been out and about for quite some time. So, but yeah, he comes through and comes over to the table where you're all together.
I'm not together. I'm serving drinks.
Okay, well, fine. You're scurrying about, and I says,
He's Tom Cruise.
Says- "So, is this who you've fallen in with as of late?"
Riff Raff.
Yep.
That's our name, Riff
I
Raff.
introduced them to him and also. Yeah, all that.
Okay. Sits down at the table, just pulls up a chair and sits down and introduces himself to all of you. His name is introduces himself as Sorcerer Greyleaf.
Ah.
And
Oh, Greyleaf.
starts to tell stories of meeting Nyx and training Nyx, and just doesn't even miss a beat, but just, and you can tell, I mean, you know what her skills are, and you can tell this is a bard through and through. This is the archetypal bard, and he plays it up, and he is very extravagant in his speech and very flamboyant, and happy to be there. You notice that the instrument that he's carrying, the lyre that he's carrying, is not the one that he had when he was training you. It's not nearly as nice. You notice that right away, because his lyre that he had was something special, and this isn't it.
So I'll ask what happened to it.
Maybe he doesn't take any travels. Oh, wait, that's what Bart does.
He says, "Yeah, I hate to even think about it. It was a nasty business.
Oh, it broke.
A nasty, nasty
Got
business.
stolen.
This is what I told you about. I nearly lost my life. I don't know what has become of it. All I know is that I lost it. In a pit, of all places. Me, in a pit.
Bit of heresy.
I nearly lost my life. I had to leave everything behind. Spiders.
Why'd
Terrible.
have to be spiders?
Huh?
Why'd have to be spiders?
Exactly.
Why couldn't it be found the butterflies?
Phase spiders, no less.
Or they can warp.
You say phase spiders?
Phase spiders.
Oh, I've never heard of such
Phase.
Wait, have I heard of such thing? Is that a thing in the Underdark? Sounds pretty cool.
They can warp.
Make a nature check.
What about Would being a ranger? No.
Anybody who wants to make a nature check can make.
Oh, yeah, I don't know anything about him. That's
Blocking
fine.
it. I'm blocking. Really? You
I
touch his hand.
I tried to hit
You
his
touch
hand.
his hand and it makes it
Are
go
you
light.
kidding me?
Super small.
What did I get? 1?
No, 7.
No one
Oh,
got
he
above
sucks.
double digits.
Yeah, because Caleb kept touching all of them.
Nature check?
Yep. Well, I can tell you, they can warp. I know that.
Well,
I've played a
Phase
game with them in them.
tells me that they can warp, so.
I walk by, yeah, they can warp, guys, as I'm serving drinks.
I guess.
Well, yeah, you probably wouldn't even been there to hear that.
Yeah,
He's eavesdropping.
Yeah, JR got it. Okay, so there's the guidance there, so you can use the guidance for performance tonight if you'd like to, Nix, or
Oh, sweet.
whatever. So
Yeah, I'll be using my
that
spell
guidance
as well.
is still lingering there. So he tells you essentially what Stephen out of game is telling you. They are a hideous looking white spider. They can phase out and phase back in, which makes them difficult to fight. But he says that he never even really had a chance because he essentially fell through the ground, he says, and ended up in a cave and was attacked almost immediately
They have a cave.
and had to dimension door himself
Oh.
out
I'll do it.
quickly to where he fell through. And he tells you he was north of the city because if you're interested, he's all about telling the story.
Elestria. Yeah.
He was north of Elestria, some distance.
Some distance.
Here, write that down.
Well, okay.
We're gonna kill these things, don't worry.
Get his lyre back.
Yep. And we're gonna keep
No, we will say that the liar wasn't there. The liar is here, amongst us.
Either.
Get it?
Maybe we were all the liar the whole time.
So he tells you he was maybe 60 miles or so north of
60
Elestria.
miles.
Hard to say.
7. So he was past the Worm River, across the Worm River?
Yes.
Oh, we got it locked in now. That's where the time tomb is.
Those spiders are better turn over and die.
Oh, is that what that is?
And he
I wonder.
tells you of
He could have fallen into where the time tomb is. This could be where like the 12th time tomb is.
there is. He tells you that the soil changes there, which you've seen some of this a little bit, though you haven't been quite that far. But the soil, this rich, fertile soil of this area changes to a sandier soil up there. And he came across the spot where the sand gave way. And it was like, so the childhood fear that I grew up with was quicksand.
Quicksand, the one that we all thought was going to be a lot bigger.
Yeah, it's kind of like that, except it was a dry thing, almost like falling through the sand in an hourglass.
An
Like it was
antlion,
just
yeah.
funneling down. And he thought he was going to suffocate under the sand, and it all happened so quickly. But as he was about ready to try to do something magical about it, he fell through and plummeted and hit onto the hard ground, and his gear scattered, some of it, not all of it, and he found himself under attack very quickly. And he said at least 3 of these spiders came bearing down upon me, and there were webs everywhere and evidence of other victims everywhere. And so he had to
You know, it does well against webs. Fireball.
he had to get himself out of there.
Can I ask him if there was anything else interesting about the terrain underground that he noticed?
I guess he didn't notice that.
He says, I barely had time to notice anything, but it looked like a cave to me.
We're interested.
Yeah. I was wondering if black stone's underneath.
100%. That's the entrance to the next time team.
Could be. We get up and leave for this right now.
Yeah, sorry, we're going to have to put off the whole show.
Yeah, so, I mean, to him, it's just his story. But he was attacked by them. He tells you, you've heard just a little part of this. And as they swarmed upon him, he was poisoned by them, managed to get his spell off, up and out enough to the side, and when he woke up, he was at an inn in Thornfall. But he woke up.
Oh, that's a way up
He
there.
woke up. It took him a long time to come out of it. The healer that found him did work on him, but he still did not come to for many months. And that was when he finally did come to. It was about a year ago, and he's been there ever since, performing at the inn there and just
They're
staying there.
dangerous fighters.
Lost his taste for the road at that time. He tells you. He says, though
Yeah.
being back here kind of awakens that desire in me once more. I have some old friends I used to travel with. I'll have to look them up. I believe one of them is here in the city.
What's his name?
You look like one of them I used to travel with.
Did you have your dad?
Yeah, it's
Is this one?
what's
What
his
in
name?
the world?
You don't know your own dad's name.
No, I'm saying what's the name of the guy?
I think you're in a story.
I know that. I'm saying what's the name of the guy?
Jorsarin Greyleaf is
No,
who this is.
Frank.
Who's the name of the guy he traveled with?
Your dad.
Cornelius.
Oh, that
Yeah, he's just that's what I'm asking.
Kraylin Stonestrike, the same Kraylin that we were talking about with the Master Stone.
Oh, yeah.
And that.
The
He
dwarf.
He traveled with. Jorsarin traveled with.
Kraylin traveled with your dad.
Yes. Yeah.
And with, it's been a long time since I've had to use this name, Radis.
Yeah, I know Radis.
Yeah,
Radis.
not Radish, but Radis. Yes,
Because that was the
And-
ranger that trained me.
yes. And Jorsarin also recognizes something in you and remind him of someone he used to travel with.
Yeah, tell me, there's lots of rangers out there like me, but none.
None quite so lame.
There's never been another ranger. But there have been other rangers. but
I say, what was his name? Radis, perchance?
Radis, yes, he was among our group. Radis, I don't believe he's here though.
No, but he's been training people. At least one,
You?
indeed.
Well, I'm very sorry to hear that.
My condolences.
Yes, Kraylin. Kraylin Stonestrike. I believe he's here in the city, if I'm not mistaken.
That would be correct.
I've lost touch with all of them. I don't suppose any of them are out adventuring anymore, though. I probably shouldn't be either. How's your father?
You did.
No.
I haven't seen him in 3
I have a dad?
I haven't been able to contact him because among the many items I lost in the cave was my means of speaking with him. And I could have contacted him another way, but I've kind of been in a bit of a funk, to be honest. But I've thought many times about going back and visiting the old man, but I just kept playing my secondhand lyre there and getting silver here, silver there, and just biding my time in Thornfall. Now seemed like the right time to get out of there, though.
So I asked him if he wants to play with me later.
Do I? If you can put up with this instrument, sure, absolutely.
Oh, so I got 3 of them.
What? 3 of who?
Musicians. Wasn't there another one? Or was
Cyril, he's already...
Is he here?
Yeah. So that's a part of this I didn't even say. So Cyril has just been kind of gobstopped this whole time because to him, Jorsarin is a legend and of sorts, and Cyril's a legend to many others. So at some point, the two of them just start going off and talking about their bard stuff and music and influences and styles and all of that. But if there's anything else you wanted to ask, but one thing you're able to gather is that this is the bard who trained Nyx, and she lost complete touch with him.
Oh, is that what's been going? I heard there was loot, and I completely zoned out everything else.
Yeah.
There
So-
will be a ton of loot.
It becomes obvious, whether you're going to say anything about it, becomes obvious that somehow they've recently gotten back into communication and he found out that she was going to be here for this celebration.
Yeah, I'll just,
Well, that explains where you've been
I'll
off
just
to.
assassinate her later. Not a big deal.
I haven't been off anywhere.
The last time you left us for a bit.
No.
Mm.
No.
No, it definitely didn't leave us.
I did leave.
You did.
Yeah, I know.
But that was not the reason why.
Ooh.
Sure
What
was.
was
Oh, what was the
that?
reason then?
Denial. Insight check.
Okay, so it is that evening.
Yep.
If you'd like to do the performance, you can. You have guidance from JR using channel points. So you've got the guidance. You got, is that what you've been doing too? Guidance? Or
No,
is it
it's
No, he's
something else.
doing enhanceability.
Enhanceability.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll use that again.
On how many
What
people?
is
On all of them.
guidance?
Oh, snap.
Gives you guidance.
Yeah, that's
Well,
a
D4. Guidance is a
D4.
D4. Yeah. Yep.
Advantage.
Yeah, that was really close. It was cocked. That's
That's
cocked
cocked.
again.
Well,
Roll again.
You just rolled it. How can you roll
There
a
you
card
go.
3 times in a row?
It was awful.
Oof.
It was terrible.
Oh no.
And apparently,
What's your addition to it?
they all have an advantage
Oh,
since
to
he had
performance.
enhanceability on all 3 of them.
Okay.
It'd be so funny if they did bad for this in the dream position.
That's
What'd
not
you
that
get?
bad.
What'd you get?
17, 18?
17.
Oh,
Okay.
No.
17.
Okay. So the three of you get up to perform together.
And it is the worst
And
show
you guys
you have ever.
Now you guys have heard Nyx play, and you've heard her play with Cyril. You've never heard Lùthlaèrin before, and he's kind of down on this secondhand lyre that he calls it.
It makes them all look like a joke.
He plays it's next level,
Oh, wow.
next level, and the whole crowd is just. I mean, there are times where they're just jaws on the floor. There are times where they're hooping and hollering, and he owns the place tonight. So yeah.
I think we should see if he wants to. Well, Nick, sorry, you're out. There's Aaron.
We have room for a new bard.
Yes. So it is a performance like no other that night, and you've had some pretty good ones, but this is next level.
He's
And
probably
when,
getting most of the tips.
and when it's all done, well, it's just kind of being tossed up on the stage, so you can still roll. But the you can tell because you know him that this has kind of enlivened his spirit, and afterwards, as everyone's patting him on the back and buying him drinks and all of that, and really buying all of you, that he says, well, I think this settles the matter. I need to go see Kraylin. And sits down and is at the table spending the rest of the night. You guys do know there's nothing specific that's happening in the market, so like there's no, hey, we got to get out because the king is going to make his speech or anything
Right.
like that tonight. So the night can continue on as long or as short as you want it. But yeah, go ahead. And
I'd
George-
probably wander in the market, see if there's anything going on. I know there's nothing
No,
specific,
that's
but see if anything goes on. Otherwise, I would head to bed
Okay.
afterwards.
Okay.
After all, journey in the morning.
Yep, lots of just. It's like it's a big carnival. It's a big festival. So there's food, there's drinks, there's games, there's all kinds of wares being sold. That's what's going on. So if there's nothing else, then you can take it to the next day. The next morning, early, Davroth comes and finds you. Wait a minute. That's not the right. Reeve. Sorry, Reeve.
Oh, Reeve.
Not Davroth, Reeve. And he says, I understand you're heading out.
Pretty soon here, yeah.
Find me upon your return.
Will do.
That sounds mysterious.
Okay. Anything else anybody wants to do before you take off?
I'm just gonna tell our boy Abel that I'm heading out.
Okay.
I'll be back, and I'll go to the temple real quick and tell them I'm departing.
Okay. All right. You see a few people there. You see, what do we say? Terzin is there. Terzin is there. You see Saral, and there's a couple other like acolytes that are there. And so you're able to say your goodbyes and until next times. Is there anything you want to do or say? With anything else?
No.
Okay.
And
You're
that's
set
all
to
I
go?
remember. I just told George to keep in contact. And
Sending
if
stone.
he ever needs
Okay.
anything, let me know.
Will do, my dear, will do. Thank you for pulling me out of my hiding. This is what I needed. I'm sure I will still be here. Well, I don't know how long you'll be gone. But happy adventuring, and very likely I will still be here, in the city anyway, when you return. Nobody else anything in
What'd you
particular?
say, Kevin?
Nope.
Now, before we go, are we going to the next in order, or are we heading straight north?
I don't know. Sounds like we should go north.
Do we want to try to hit the noon hour on the clock instead of continuing on?
I'm up for whatever.
Anybody thoughts?
Are we able to fight face spiders? What do we think?
Well, yeah, I'm not scared. If
We're
that's what
ready.
you think.
Yeah, well, he's gonna run in and die immediately, so that's not gonna change.
We're actually going to throw you into the hole first. So that would be, instead of going back towards the Fey Forest, we would go towards the north. And that may not even be connected. Those two might not be connected, but they could be.
Why don't we tell the guy that we're gonna try to get his lyre back?
I don't want to make
No.
any promises.
Yeah, exactly.
But we need to find one of those, like, where we can see where the path
The
is.
ley line.
Yeah, but I'm saying, which direction are we going?
I'm up for going north.
Do we want to head north?
That's fine. Let's switch up.
Alright.
Well, it's like we just gotta follow the road. 'cause
Seeing
someone
as-
found them.
Seeing as we have some sort of information north, and we didn't tell him this, but like in our minds, something directly north, if there's some secret cave, it could be that there might be some entrance to the Blackstone tomb that we expect to be that way.
More of a hint than just blindly looking for.
Yeah,
the
so
last
it's
one,
in our minds, it's more of like a, hey, we might actually be able to find it faster instead of just like blindly looking through the forest.
Yeah. I'm guessing the phase spiders are pretty rare. So.
Well, my question is, I mean, what kind of like is it like 360 no scope or like what? Face. What is that?
It's a cricket.
The phase spider.
Oh yeah, we're getting rifts again.
It's gonna get
What's
you.
that?
We're getting rifts.
Yeah, I know. It's terrible.
Best time of the season.
Okay, so to go north, is that what you're doing? Is that what you've decided to do?
Yeah, I think we're gonna head north.
We want to follow this road. We want to
Well,
go
no,
up
we're
to
gonna-
that road.
No, because this is the 70 mile. He said it's 60
Caleb,
miles or so.
this whole map is all messed up. Look at this. This is down here.
Yeah.
That's not. This is
Wildly
not what.
inaccurate.
This is not what.
I
it looks
quit.
like.
I absolutely quit.
There's just
We're,
not some
generally
random-
speaking, we're following the ley line. That's the point.
We can't
We
just
have to
find.
find
We
it.
can't just find the ley line though.
We can see the ley
I know
line.
we haven't like found it yet.
We can go outside the city and find it. That's the point.
Maybe.
And since the city's close to the water, we might actually. We would know that 60 miles north is going to be cross the worm. He already said that. So we actually want to cross the worm right here and then follow the river up to the north and find the ley line.
Right.
Yes, that's the plan.
Okay, that's what I was going to get
Yeah,
at.
yeah.
For crossing, you need to make a plan for where
Yeah,
you're
because
going
we're going to cross at Elestria because the path is right there.
Okay.
Or the bridge or the ferry, whatever would be is right there.
Okay.
So we'd cross there, follow the river up to the north until we find the north ley line.
Okay. Okay, so you're on horseback again, correct?
Yep.
Unless we picked up some war elephants.
Yeah.
You
Were,
did not-
were there any dealers in the marketplace that we noticed?
That had elephants.
Yeah. Get your war elephants.
Like we should have like an inn on top of a war elephant, which like a traveling inn.
Oh, that'd be awesome. Get like 4 of them and just go big building on top of them.
Okay, so you head out. I need to make a
What
note
we
of
call
this.
elephant. Should we roll to see if we see the ley line?
Who is it? Who's
Well, I need to check your distance here real quick.
Our distance on horseback? Oh, do you need to see horseback travel?
Yeah, because if you're crossing there and heading up north, you have to kind of sweep around
A little
Right.
bit.
to get there. So You're traveling. Are you traveling? Are you traveling fast? Or are you traveling regular?
Fast.
Once we just find the
We're
ley
just getting
line.
to
Once
the
we
ley
do,
line.
then we just stay on that.
Okay. All right. So go ahead and do your normal perception with advantage. Whoever's doing
We're
that.
basically
I think
double. We're
didn't you
double our
have me
speed.
do it? I guess you had me do a long time. Maybe is it just perception now that we know what we're looking for?
Is it
Because
perception?
initially I think I did an Arcana check.
So
which
what
we didn't
what
see,
it is
but-
it's perception,
Mhm.
and you. Okay. So again, above table, depending on what your score is, that determines whether or not you spot
Right.
the ley line, and it gets easier the more you advance and the more you just FYI.
On what?
That was fine.
Well, it depends on what.
Becomes as time goes on, it becomes more likely that you're able to pick up the ley line just visually. That's my point.
Yeah, I
So
got
this is
a 9.
But like
perception?
for instance, if you just hit the number for perception, you may not see the ley line, but you still could determine north.
Okay, perception checks then. So I got 17.
I got a 9.
Okay. Okay. So you following the, so you crossed and then you're following the curve of the river until you.
Yeah, hit the ley line.
Okay.
We should hit multiple ley lines probably along the way. Because we're basically heading straight west, and so we would cross.
Like 3.
We would be basically hitting. We would be traveling out on 9, and then we'd be hitting 10, 11. So we were basically counting.
Yeah, understand they are easier to spot away from civilization.
Yeah.
Because even though like you've crossed the river, but there's still settlements and farms and all of
Yeah.
that kind of stuff all around.
It's easier to see it like in nature.
city.
Well, then we
Yeah.
might get a little ways away from people.
Right.
But
Right. But what I'm saying is by the time you would have turned north, you're in enough civilization as you're going west across and that one's probably not likely for you to see.
yeah.
That's my point. You have to kind of get out away from things.
Well,
for
okay,
the-
we're just assuming that we're traveling straight west, so that's basically the 9 o'clock one. So when we would travel north following the river, we're going to hit 10, 11, 12
Right.
in that order.
Okay. So then. Okay, so then let's do it that way. What you just rolled, you did not spot 10 o'clock.
17.
You did not spot 10 o'clock.
Perfect.
Again, there's a difference between discerning what direction you should probably go
Mhm.
and actually spotting the ley line. There's a difference between those two things. Okay, so you continue to head up the curve of the river.
Yeah.
Go ahead and we'll just see if you spot 11. 'Cause you know to look for them,
Nope.
and you can
That's an 11 for me.
listen. I'll allow you to roll with advantage. Okay, especially now because you're far enough out that now you're definitely away from.
12.
20.
Keep going.
Okay, you spot 11.
How do we know it's 11?
We have a compass, right?
You know
so we
your
can tell.
distance.
I mean-
you know about how far you've traveled, and you can still. Part of that is just a ranger's ability to kind of gauge directions for tracking and that type of stuff. So you still have a good general idea of
Just
what
note
direction the
kind of
city
where
is.
we're at and what's in relation to
Yeah,
where we're at for
I
the
mean,
future.
we can for sure be using the sun to tell where we're at.
yeah.
Well, yeah, but I'm also
You're-
we can also use like the
fancy
horizon.
now.
Yeah, your ranger skills are all still intact. The question is, so that's one
Judging from
thing.
that tree in the
But do you
distance,
actually see
probably-
the ley line? That's a
Yeah.
different thing.
So we saw 11, or I saw 11.
Yes.
So now
Keep
12.
going to 12.
Yeah, actually, yeah. I mean, that's fine. If you're traveling fast, your perception takes a hit, though,
Sure.
technically. So for right now,
So
I'll
maybe
go ahead-
not advantage. But then
Yeah.
when we get closer to where I'm thinking it, we probably search for it because we're trying to find it.
Okay.
Yeah, we travel.
So this one maybe would be.
we
rolled with
travel
advantage.
fast to where we think the ley line is, and when we get the
Okay,
area,
go-
then we go north.
If we're saying
Go
that,
ahead.
I probably wouldn't have spotted 11 because I wouldn't have rolled with advantage.
Yeah, it's fine. Because you've got information from Sorcerer too.
You need new dice.
Cow,
Come
we
on.
suck.
15 for
24.
my first roll.
Ooh, 24.
24.
Yeah, that's critical perception.
Oh, nice. Yeah, you do spot it. You do spot it, and
I'm more than spot. I actually grab a hold of it.
You've been following the river, and so yeah, you pick up on it as it crosses the river, and heads on to the north, and you can kind of see as the wind is blowing gently through the prairie here, and the grass is changing a bit because it is getting a little sandier up here to the north. You can just, as the grass blows, it's almost like the wind is parting it a little bit, you know. And that's, you pick it up on that, and you can even spot in some of the clouds that are wisping by just this sense of a line. Now that you know what to look for, you can kind of see that there.
Nice.
I plant a bean.
I need. You certainly can. I need to grab something from this cabinet. You're good. That's all I need right there.
He's grabbing the giant spider.
Yep.
The ancient tome of Faye's spider.
Phase Mother. Whatever the heck his name is.
I was just sad because I can't just cast a fireball in the middle of everybody.
I can
I
take
thought
it.
you could.
No.
So
I have to
with
get
horses,
the next
we
level.
travel
We
about
haven't
50
reached
miles a
next
day.
level.
I
Roughly,
think you
right?
could level with it already.
What's that?
Huh?
With horses, we travel roughly
Yeah,
50
I need
miles
2
a day.
levels of winter to get it.
Roughly.
We're almost there. Next time we level up.
That's with 8 hours of travel.
Well, no, on horseback,
What is it, 60?
at regular speed, it's that. But if you're going a little faster and then slowed down, I would say. Yeah, so at fast travel would be 64.
Oh, okay.
But at some point you have to be slowing down somewhat to
Right.
look for these. Plus you're not following a straight line north.
Yeah.
So
right.
so you're gonna get by the end of this day,
We basically found the ley line.
you found you're north of the river. You're on the north side of the river now as it's bent, and yeah, you're there. You're going to need to. At this point, you see the line. You don't see anything indicating. You don't see anything indicating anything like he was talking
Right,
about.
but we're not 60 miles like he was saying.
No, not quite.
So we probably camp and then travel the next day.
Okay. Let me look at something real quick. Bear with me.
There's a bear with you?
Yes.
What?
What's his name?
Bugbear with him?
Can't do anything.
Okay.
You
So
do
it's
it.
okay.
Camping.
Camping. Okay. I'm gonna just let this go unless there's something you guys want to do that night.
Nothing specific. Not planning to be until after the next.
Yeah,
two.
you wait to plan it after the dungeon. That's the tradition. The celebration.
So I think on the next day we would probably branch out a little bit and split up just a little bit so we can cover more area viewing wise because we're trying to find this like outcrop that he was saying that's different ground, sandy area.
Okay.
Because
Are
we're
we
probably
on
gonna
our
hit it.
horse?
We're probably gonna hit it today. Yeah. Because this is you're looking for. It's very distinct.
I got my horse
Looking
fall
for
through a
sandy.
giant pit.
You're going to notice it's sandy.
We are in sandy already.
No, it's
He said
grass.
it's starting to get sandy. It's
And
not like
he said it is starting to get sandy. That's what I'm saying.
No. Yeah. Okay. It's grass. He said he found an area that started to get sandy. That's what we're looking for.
It's starting to get sandy.
Right. Where we're at is not sandy.
But it started to get sandy.
It started to get sandy.
That's what you just said. You said you found a spot that started to get sandy. We're in a
Yes,
spot.
Sorcerer did.
We're in a spot that started to get sandy.
What are you talking about?
Are we?
Yeah.
now?
Okay. So no, the terrain gets sandier,
Yeah.
and he wandered into a spot where the sand gave way. Is what happened.
Yeah, but we're not there yet, right? We're grassy.
No,
so-
there's nothing giving way yet. The soil is sandier. I mean, the terrain is starting to change in such a way that it's like, okay, yeah, so we're getting into the area where this occurred, apparently, as it changes. But it's not like you're not just like walking down a beach or anything. It's not sandy like that, but
what do you want us to make rolls for perception on this, or?
yeah, setting out the next day.
Yeah.
Yeah, go ahead and make. What speed are you riding at?
Just
I
normal.
would say normal speed, so we can keep an eye out for things.
Okay, go ahead and make perception checks.
You want everyone to do this probably?
Sure,
Since we're all spreading out or whatever?
Yep, let's do that.
oh, we're,
You go first and
Group
don't.
perception.
No, don't roll yet. Let Kill roll so that you don't touch his dice.
yep. Oh, actually, that was a good roll. I'm surprised you get more that high.
But my dice suck.
Oh, yours is garbage.
You got
That's
that
even worse.
Is that 25? Yep. 20. 20.
13?
7.
13?
25, no big deal.
19, 14.
Okay. So
I perceive it. He can't see anything.
And I can see everything.
you travel actually quite a ways that day, and you start to realize that either he was off in his distance, or you're just not there yet. You also, so the other thing that you start to realize as you don't find anything is that while he said north, he is just talking in general directions when he says that. So whether you're going to find it on the ley line or not, you start to doubt that, actually. Because he was speaking more generally, and you're looking precisely north for a specific reason. And it's about the time that you think that you might be on a fool's errand with this, that whoever had the 25, or you spot a difference in the ground up ahead in a roughly circular pattern about 60 feet across. There's grass growing out of it. There's no trees or anything like that, and the trees are getting thinner as you go north anyway. They're still around, and there's copses of trees here and there, but it is thinning out. But
Thomas?
Sorry. Yeah. It's work related. All this.
But you notice a difference in the terrain up ahead, about 40, 50 yards ahead. You can see this. It's roughly circular, roughly 60 feet across. And it just, the grass growing there is of a little different variety and of a little different color. And it does seem to stand out to you. It just looks different.
I let the people who are around me at least know.
Okay.
Direct everyone's attention to
Everyone
this.
ride straight forward here.
Gallop! Yeah.
So we might dismount, tie up the horses, because we might take some investigation here.
Okay. Okay. So you make your way forward. Again, you kind of know what to look for. And this looks like it could be, I mean, you don't see anything about it that looks, I mean, it still looks flat. You don't see anything that's caved in or anything like that. But you do see this difference in...
Can we do like a investigation around the area, because he said it's a cave. There could be other entrances to this
Okay.
cave. Instead of just dropping and falling into it, it might be better if we could find a different entrance.
So perception again, you're that same.
What'd you say?
Perception again then.
Probably.
Okay.
So could we all split off in like pairs and look for?
Sure. Yeah, just however you're going to split off, you can roll one with advantage or...
Tie a rope to each
I'll go with
person.
Zeldreth. I'm just split up people based on your perceptions.
Yeah, since yours is really bad.
Mine's actually good. What do you mean? My perception's good.
Oh, it is not bad, is it?
Yeah. Do you think I'm dumb?
Yes.
Pete's sake.
Yes.
Here's what we do. You're with Zeldreth. Each person should have someone who
You can
can
go-
lift them back up.
Yeah.
And they should be
You
tied
can go
to a
with
rope
Nyx. You can go
together.
with Nyx.
That's fine.
And then I guess you three could just be together.
Sounds like a plan.
Start rolling.
Steven falls down, I can't roll back up.
So you
He's-
just
If I
want.
fall down, you're coming down with me.
I know, that's my point.
What do you want rolls if we're splitting up like this?
Just each group make your perception checks and then tell me what you got.
Is it?
This is. Yeah. So you're probably the one rolling perception.
Is it with advantage then?
Wait.
Are we?
Yeah.
Well, do you want us both to roll, or just the one person with?
That's up to you. That's
So-
up to you.
Advantage. I have +6.
You can.
That's fine.
Do you want me to roll with your dice?
I'll
I'll
roll
roll
perception.
both of these.
No, my dice are terrible. I've rolled
It might
one
be good
and a
for
3
him.
today.
Might be good for him.
Oh,
Maybe.
Yeah, we'll see. I'm just gonna roll both of them.
Are
We'll see
you
what
rolling
happens.
it all or just
Maybe your dice have.
Why are they better
Whoa.
for him? This game
Wow, this
sucks.
dice so good.
He's
I'm gonna try rolling.
What the world is the? Gosh, why can't I think of that
That's
term?
good too.
You want what?
You can roll.
I got
Well,
23.
That sucks.
23. Okay.
And
Wow.
that also sucked.
What do you-
14 for this group.
Okay.
Whoa.
And
What a joke. Linda's rolled up twice already.
Oh, she did. What did you
Okay.
get?
12.
Okay.
You guys have +7 on perception.
Yep.
You roll with advantage?
Yep.
Oh
Yeah,
my
she rolled a 1 and a 5.
Okay, so looking around, you're in a relatively flat area. As you split up in your groups, you don't see anything noteworthy. You all very clearly see this circular area. Now that you see it, you can't unsee it. There's a tree here and there. There's a rock here and there around, surrounding it. It is noteworthy that in this area, there are no rocks, there are no trees. There's nothing of any substance there. Grasses, yes, little shrubs growing in that, but nothing that has much weight or mass to it growing out of this sand. Other than that, you don't see anything else.
I look at my feet. Am I sinking?
What's that?
I look at my feet. Am I sinking?
You're not in the circle.
Not where you are, unless you.
You never know.
You're not sinking.
Everything sunk to the ground. All the trees.
Do we want to just like all jump in, or do we want to try to send something down there, like with throwing something into sinking sand?
Here's what I think we should do. Someone put the immovable rod up, and I'll like hold on to it, and I'll step on the ground, see what happens.
That's fine, we can try that. We'll just give it the
Oh, just put a
rod.
rope on it and then.
No, he's just gonna hold it and like step on the edge of the circle and see what.
Oh, I see. You're gonna click it and then step
Yeah.
on the circle.
So I'll do that.
Okay. Stepping into it, you feel the ground change, and you feel your feet start to go into it. Nothing that's too alarming right now, because it's not like you can go in very far, because your reach is only so far, and you've only stepped a couple of feet in using it this way. But you can tell that it would start to give way.
So I say this will go down.
How do we want to get down there?
Here's we do rope and let the people who can tank stuff go down first, because obviously you said you got attacked real quick. So here's what I think we should do. I'll cast Shield of Faith on myself. I'll be at 24, and I'll go down. You guys can come down afterwards.
You're just gonna go distract them and then everyone else drops in
Or
after.
you gotta do something. So I'll go down with 24 armor class. Hopefully,
I can give you haste. And you
ho-
can have
hopefully,
more.
Oh boy.
hopefully survive to do that.
I'm trying to think, don't you have doesn't your character have the ability to like move like little chunks of earth? I guess I don't know what range it is. I don't know if it's like
Oh, Taèlios?
Yeah.
We can probably just chuck a rock onto it.
there's no
You just
rocks.
said there's no rocks.
In the area. In that circular area.
There's no rocks in
No.
the circle. There
Oh,
are rocks and some trees around
Well,
it.
we know it goes
but-
down, and
Yeah, I don't think there's any reason to do anything.
so unless we want him to go down invisible,
Unless you can drop some boulders in with like telepathically moving them.
I don't have any spell that can do that.
so do you want someone to go in invisible?
I
or
can
do you
cast
want-
fireball over top of the sand. That way it turns into glass.
Very good, thank you.
Then it'll just be a big hole. We can just look down into the ground and see.
So are we doing invisible, or do you want me to go down?
I like just sending you down first to distract, and then everyone else kind of just falls in after like.
That's fine, but if I go down, everyone needs to come down quick afterwards.
Oh, wouldn't we all just jump at the same time?
Well, I can go down first, so they all target me first. I'm
you,
saying.
You have Misty Step or no?
Yeah. I'll go down
Let's see.
first, you guys wait like, I don't know, 20 seconds, something like that.
I wouldn't wait. No, not 20 seconds. You want to wait more than a round. We'd probably wait 6 seconds because then that's you going down, initiating the first round, and then.
Yeah, so like, like 20 seconds.
No, that's like 3 rounds.
Yeah, my haste only lasts for a minute, so.
We'd probably give you a round and then. I don't have any other ideas though, to be honest.
Alright, so that's what we're doing then. Tie a rope to it, and then I'll go down.
Did he ever say how deep it was? Did he know how deep the hole was?
He didn't say. He said it was. He's told you that he was in the sand long enough that he thought he might suffocate,
Mm-hmm.
but then all of a sudden he was out of it and fell into a cave. And then it was very quickly that spiders were upon him.
Mm-hmm.
So I think
Bitten, and he had enough presence of mind and energy left to.
I think what we do is we tie 2 ropes together just to be sure.
Well, how many
Yeah,
people
we
do
just
we have?
hang on.
1, 2, 3.
7.
Can you fall and not take damage from certain heights?
I'm pretty sure.
I think you either have no fall damage or resistance.
I want to make sure the boots have nothing to do with it. No, they don't.
Yeah, it's definitely your ability.
Fairly
I
certain.
think you have free fall, yeah. Or not, what is it? Feather fall, basically.
Well, because I have Featherfall, so I can cast it on all of us.
Slow fall.
Yeah.
Level. I can use a reaction when you fall to reduce any falling damage you take by an amount equal to 5 times your monk level.
Okay.
So
For 30.
30, you're
Yeah.
reduced by 30 damage.
Isn't,
How much does-
isn't,
how much does
isn't
Featherfall-
Featherfall a ritual?
It's up to 5 falling creatures
No,
within
it's not.
range.
Are you sure it's not a ritual still?
No.
It isn't?
So that would work. That would be work if we needed it.
Well, but one person wouldn't have it.
I mean, this
No.
guy survived the fall
He
without
falls.
any
He
problem.
falls it without it. You cast it on us 5. He
Wait.
goes in with the rope first.
Why wouldn't I just put it on him as well? I have, so I don't need it. I have a Featherfall ring.
Oh. Okay. Well then he goes and takes his featherfall stuff and he casts it on us
No.
5.
Oh.
But we would all have to go in at the same time then.
I don't know why we wouldn't all just jump in at once.
Okay.
Let's just all jump in at once. I'll cast Featherfall.
But you
We
would
only
be
have a
front,
minute of Featherfall.
We don't know where the front is, Caleb. It's a K. You drop
We
in.
only have a minute of it.
I
For
scream
what?
Leroy Jenkins and I just go in.
A Featherfall?
Up to 5 falling creatures within range.
Well, you can use it as a reaction, so we can all
That's
kind of
fine.
fall through, and then if we're falling, you can just use it.
Well, we will fall.
Yeah, depending on how far we fall.
That's fine.
Okay, hopefully everyone has enough constitution to hold their breath.
And that's my high one. I got +4.
So we all kind of just jumping in at the same time then?
Do you want to jump in at the
I
same
don't know
time?
why we wouldn't.
Yeah.
Alright, fine, whatever. Watch as there's nothing down here, we all just suffocate to death. That's fine, whatever.
Joshua will survive. He can break his staff.
That would be funny. This is the way the party ends.
That's the only reason I was saying we
One of
don't
us
all
will.
the time.
One of us
because we don't-
will put the movable rod up, tie a rope to it. That way we have some way of climbing back up.
But the sand, there's no way we'd be able to climb back up. Same.
Yeah, but the sand is like, it's just like a layer that exists. It's not like the whole cave is filled with sand.
You made it sound like it was an hourglass that you started sinking down into. So the sand would be like sucking you down.
But it's not. I don't think the sand is just constantly. Either way, we probably should attach a
Yeah.
rope. That way we
Okay.
can have something.
Fair enough.
And attach it to somebody. The rope has to be attached to somebody to go through the sand.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So I'm saying someone has to have the rope
Yeah.
attached.
Well,
I tied it around my neck.
We probably should just
Just
grab.
hang
We should
yourself.
probably take 2 regular ropes at a time, just because we don't know how deep
That's
it
what I
is.
said. Yeah. We'll just need 2 ropes.
So we'll leave an immovable rod up on the surface. I think we should just we just like bury it under the ground a little bit. That way it's not just sitting out in the open for someone to see. Not that anyone would be here, but we'll just bury it under the ground a little bit. So we tie a rope to it, put it on the ground, click it, and then 2 ropes. That's
100 feet.
90 feet because that's bigger enough for the knot in the middle.
Okay.
And then who do we want to put that on?
I would say someone's just gonna hold it as they fall down because you don't want it tied to you because then you're stuck on where you can go.
That's fine.
So someone's just gonna hold it.
I'll just hold it.
I don't care who I can hold it to. Doesn't matter. And we'll just
Then we'll all
kind
just
of
jump into the pit.
So with Necklace of Adaptation, it says I can breathe normally in any environment. So if I'm in a bunch of sand, can I breathe?
Apparently.
That's an environment. That would mean
So
you
there
could
you go.
breathe underwater. So.
Yeah.
I also have the ring of free action, so I would assume that means I'm not really hindered by the sand.
But how am I going to communicate with you whether or not you should come if I just go?
We're all going at the same time. Wasn't that the point?
Oh, okay.
If we all die and you're still alive and or whatever, but
That's
Okay, I'll
you're gonna
carry
die.
on your
You're gonna die
legacy.
first. So. Okay, so then is that what we're gonna do? Then? So I'll hold the.
I say we jump at the same time, but let the first because everyone's not gonna fit. How big is the hole? I guess is it? You say
It's
it's
a,
We don't-
it's a
we don't
60-foot
know.
circle. We
60
don't know.
feet across, you don't know what happens at the bottom.
Yeah.
He told you that it
They
was
funneled
that it was almost like being funneled through an hourglass.
So let me, Zeldreth, and Taèlios jump in first, and you guys jump in like right after us. That way we drop.
Yeah, we'll kind
that
of
way
have
we
like
drop
we'll kind of
first.
have like the same party order that we normally do, but he's in the front with Taèlios, and then probably like
What a man.
right behind, like in this sort of order.
Is the dog still with us? What are we
Of
like?
course.
like
Dog's gonna have to stay outside.
Stay out.
We're gonna need the light also right away once we get in the cave, so we probably should put that on right now.
That's fine.
So you're
Alright.
with it.
we jump.
But yeah, just kind of like a
So feather fall on everyone, and then we all just jump in, I guess.
Okay.
So so not him. I have a ring of feather falling, so all these other 5 have feather
And that would
falling.
only trigger if we actually start to fall, right? Because we're not technically falling if we're in the sand.
Yeah.
And you
once
can
That's
use
how I
it.
would rule
You
that.
can use it as a reaction too. So don't necessarily. Although you probably do need to use it beforehand because
Its
we're all
range is
going
60 feet,
yeah,
so
like this.
Okay.
60 feet and it lasts for a minute.
Yeah. So cast it and then we'll go.
Your
And you're
range
casting your
ascent slows
protection
to
from
60
or no.
feet per second.
Shield
until
of
it
Faith,
ends.
right? Is that a minute? You're casting that right before we do this?
Probably.
Okay. Just checking on what's all being put right away. So he's
Okay.
2 spells going.
Okay. All right, so you go in staggered just a little bit, and as soon as you're in, here's what you notice. You begin to sink pretty rapidly in this. It's pretty unsettling. The descent, a little bit of panic almost sets in, but you're trusting that you'll come through as Sorcerer did. You sink about maybe a couple feet a second. No, excuse me. It's not quite that fast, but it's still fast. It doesn't take long and you're completely under. You're holding your breath. You don't need to. You're fine.
Is the ring of free action applying in this too? Like,
You can tell that you can move. You don't feel like you're encased in sand.
Yeah.
The rest of you do. It's if you have claustrophobia, this is not good at all because you're restricted a lot by just the weight and pressure of the sand. And you feel yourself. You can feel yourself as you go down. You feel something solid, and then you feel the sand start to push you inward too. You're not just going down, but now you're moving away from the outer circle of the 60 feet. And as you come in, you're sinking, and you start to go like this. And it's not long, maybe 20, 25 seconds. Feels like an eternity for some, and all of a sudden, you're not in sand anymore. And it's instant. It's not like you've passed through something natural. It feels like you've passed through something magical. And you're falling. But you're free. Yeah. But it's
falling, but like kind of just
Yes.
slow.
Well, it's
Like-
still 60 feet a second, but you don't take
Oh,
damage
it's
when you
still
land.
60.
you're falling, but not.
That's
Not
still pretty
taking
fast.
damage.
That's pretty fast.
That's extremely fast.
That's pretty fast.
The rate of descent slows to 60 feet per second.
What?
Yeah, you fall fast.
60 feet a second.
No, per round, sorry.
You're like talking speed of light here.
Okay, and
That's 10 feet a second.
What? Speed of light?
Yeah, light to 10 feet a
The
second.
falling
How
speed.
fast
The
light
falling
goes.
speed is 10 feet per second.
and you fall gently, almost as though it's like a feather. And it's not very far. And you gently float down in the dark.
No, I have
He has
my
the
I
light.
understand.
Drift over.
Oh, you have to
turned it
drift
on.
float out.
Yeah.
Okay, so everybody will see this. Then here's what you see.
red eyes.
You're floating down into a room that you can see in the light. Yeah, it's not bright light, but what you can see in front of you, kind of, or behind you. You're all turned different directions. There's two big, almost like stone pillars that go from the floor up to the ceiling. And between them there's a gap, and to either side there's a room that you can tell it's at least 50, 60 feet across in the dim light that's there, and longer than that. So it's rough. It's cave-like, okay, and it's cave. You can't. It's natural. You do not see at this point in this second that you have to look around. You don't see the black stuff, and you've seen this black material. You've seen it worked and smooth, and you've also seen it rough. And this is neither. This is natural. Just on the edge of the light, across the way between these two massive stone pillars, you see a web on a wall with a sickeningly white spider on it, and below you, you see that you're falling into web on the floor. And as you touch down,
Also, so this is we fall, but like, is there time to do anything while falling since we're feather falling or no?
if you
How far?
if you have a reaction, that's what I would say.
Well, I would say like as I fall, I would probably pull out my bow because obviously
Okay.
probably didn't have that volley bow, notch and arrow, for whatever's right.
Here's the thing though.
I just want to shoot
Well,
Legolas
style.
No to that, because remember, you have not fallen through a natural thing. You hit something magical, and having just been at a place where you were teleported, that's what it felt like. And so you haven't so much fallen through a ceiling as you have fallen to wherever something put you, and it's not very far, and you're touching down in this cave.
Gotcha.
Like a portal.
Yeah, and you're
Gladys.
as you land, you are not like caught in a web because this isn't a web proper. The web that you see is over on the wall and with a spider on it, big nasty spider. But there are threads, spider webs, threads throughout, and you're landing in those. And you can tell that could be an issue. And the second you're down,
Not for long.
the second you're down and the thread is tweaked, you see the spider take notice and start to move. It just starts to twitch, and you see long enough to notice that one of these threads runs through to another area just beyond the light. But it seems to run at least maybe to the end of the room, maybe out of the room. You can't tell because there's not enough light. Actually,
So what I was going to ask was, how far do we fall? Because if there's enough time, I would tell the light. I would basically make it do daylight. I don't know if there's enough time as we're going down for me to just say the word to.
does it? What does that require?
Is it an
Pretty sure it's
action?
an
or is it-
action.
If it's a reaction, yes. If it's an action,
You can speak another command word as an action to make the limited ability. I would say, hang on. If you're within 60 feet, you can speak his command word and cause it to emanate the light or daylight spell. And so the action is to make it rise. You can just speak the command word.
then
to
you
make
can
it
do
daylight.
that. Then you can
So
do
that's
that.
what I would do. is
Okay.
daylight.
All right. So then, as that floods in, you can see that this natural cave extends off to the east, opens up into another corridor, and you can see that this thread runs through and attaches to another big web, strung kind of across what looks like a junction where 3 corridors meet. You don't see anything on that web in the light right now, but you see enough to know that the thread continues through that beyond it. And so there's a network of webs down here, all with these kind of, how spiders use the vibration to know. You can see that that's just woven throughout this place. You only have eyes on one of these spiders right now. You have every reason to believe there's more than that between what Lùthlaèrin said and between what you're seeing right now as you descend down into this cave, and I think that's where we're going to stop it for right now.
I do want to say web is my favorite terrain.
And you should be
Of
going.
course it is.
Can't you do like something with fire? Isn't that one of your abilities with like the elemental? You can like.
I can manipulate it, I think.
Is this her use of fireball right here?
I was gonna say you should start burning the webs real quick.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't have a cantrip that causes fire, so.
I mean, you can't even take the best cantrip there is, Firebolt.
Yeah, I know.
That's like literally like the cantrip you take because it does damage.
Yeah, well, I don't have it, so.
Like,
Okay. Don't forget to just cut Mike and put it on that closing
Yep, I got
screen
it.
afterwards. Whenever. Okay, so we'll end it right there. Thanks everyone. JR, thanks for doing your mod magic, for reminding me about stuff. Mike, thanks for hopping in. I don't know if you're still here.
I clicked the wrong thing, but it's fine. You're still going.
Imagine-
I was trying to be clicking anything right now.
No, I'm trying to scroll because I was trying to get to the different scene there.
Oh my goodness.
There goes the
Yeah, well,
subscribers.
it went to the ending briefly because I was trying to scroll.
Okay, well, we have to get a new IT guy here apparently.
No,
so-
you need to get a new mouse.
That's not the mouse's problem.
It is
That works
definitely
just
the
fine.
mouse.
At any rate, thanks everyone for being here. We'll see you next time. Don't know when that will be. But in the meantime, Thanks for joining us. Have a great night or morning or whatever it is when you're watching this. Take care of yourselves, and we'll see you next time. Bye.